Why she's sitting here? Come, my sister. Tell them what you got.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Winnie, and I'll lead you in our Lord's Prayer. Let's pray. Almighty and everlasting Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the gift of life. We thank you that you have gathered here, and it is through your name that you're going to gain the skills that is necessary to drive us in every aspect of life, and be with us, guide us, protect us. For this I pray, trusting and believing. Amen.
Appreciate Winnie. You can do better than that. You can do better than that. Thank you so much. Now, for the purpose of decorum and etiquette, allow me introduce myself. My name is Elifet Omar. Elifet Omar is a strategist by profession and expertise. I am a corporate MC, and that's what I'll be doing here today. But from that, I am an identity speaker and the co-founder and mentorship director at Transformational Servant Leadership Africa, where we do leadership training and development. We do mentorship in high schools, primary and universities, and so far we've been able to impact 8,100 plus young people over the country since last year, October. And apart from that, you also do community development projects. So that is who I am, all right? So when I talk about identity speak, I don't have to introduce myself halfway. But anyway, that's not the main reason as to why we are here. We are here to know the future of finance, all right? And as I told you before, we are going to break the tension in the room. I can feel some tension. Some are seated, those who know themselves, the way you came in. But I want us to do something very interesting. Shall we all stand up on our feet? Just stand up on your feet and make sure you are connected to someone, whether on your right or your left. All right? Make sure you are connected to you must make sure that the cords are well connected for you to come up with a good website. We are AI gurus in the house. All right? I have Hillary in the bidding. Hillary will tell you, our videographer of the day. Hillary will tell you that you have to connect your cords well for you to come up with a good website. But anyway, that's said and done. I want us to just break the ice with a good icebreaker. I'm going to tell a story, and this story will be related to finance, anything that is AI, anything. But again, know that finance, as much as yes, we have cash, and finance is more of mathematics, right? So we have counting and mathematics in it. So what are we going to do? I'm going to mention numbers that are related to maybe 1, 2, and 3. Those of you who have been in rooms where I've been, you know how it goes, right? So I'm going to give a story. And when mentioning this story, any number or any synonym of 1, you raise your left index finger to your left. Was that instruction clear? Okay. You raise your left index finger to your left, right? So after raising your left index finger to your left, that is 1, all right? So if I mention 2, you put your right palm on top of the index finger of the person to your right. Was that clear? Okay, let's do it. 1, 2. Are we good? Okay, so if I mention anything related to 2, this is your palm, right? So your right palm on top of the index finger to the person on your right. So as an individual, make sure you raise your left index finger to your left. At what angle? At 90 degrees, right? You people are doing well. Oh my, I love it. Now appreciate yourselves before we continue. Appreciate yourselves. Amazing. Now if you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. And if you are excited, clap 3 times. All right, let's get it going. 1, 2. Now, anything related to 3, all right? Any synonyms of 3, you make sure you defend while attacking. Gen Z, hello. You defend while? Make sure you grab the finger of the person to your right. At the same time, make sure your finger isn't grabbed. Are we good? Are we good? Nice. Thank you. So can we do a dry run? Do a dry run. When is today? Saturday, right? All right. So let's keep it going. One Saturday morning. We already have one there, right? One Saturday morning, a group of innovative, creative, inventive. Naomi, find somewhere, sisters, find somewhere. Join Joe there. Thank you. Appreciate Naomi for the good work she's doing. Now let's go as you are. One Saturday morning, a group of innovative, inventive, creative, young, ambitious, and of course, it wouldn't have been possible if you do not have wisdom. Among them were expertise of great women and men in the building. And of course, if you are keen and look at the entrance on my left, individuals were sitting. They were two in number. As they were two, if you are keen enough, if you are an observant person, I see you. If you are an observant person, how many seats are these? No, there are 4. Relax. Pressure, watch your exam room. All right? How many seats are these? 4, right? So they are arranged in 4s, right? But again, if you are keen enough, a good observer and a good learner would know that in front, as I was counting the first people who were seated in front, they were not 4. What's your problem? They were not 4. But the speakers on my right were 3. All right. How many people have been grabbed? Their fingers have been grabbed. All right, let's do it one last time. Did you enjoy that one? Let's do it one last time. So if your finger will be grabbed, you will come in front here. Then I will have very small questions for you. All right? They won't bite you. All right? Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. So one Saturday afternoon, a group of young innovators, of course, among them were guest speakers, and Joe could not wait to come and invite them. Of course, in the panel were 3 amazing. Nini, pole. Hatujafika tu. Relax. That's how you people count money. Muko na pupa? But anyway, you are doing well. It means you are in class, right? Okay. One Saturday afternoon, we're expecting guests. And of course, these guests were coming from different levels of expertise, only to realize that the panel discussion was to start at 2. Was to start at 2. All right? At 2. And at 2 p.m., we expected a number of guest speakers. And being that it's in the month of June, right? Hey, relax. It's in the month of June, right? It's in the month of June. And any other keen person will know that in the month of June, there are dates we have to work with. Right? There are dates we have to leave alone the dates. We have 3 guest speakers. All right. So if you grab the finger, hold it up. Hold it up if you grab the finger. Hold it up if you grab the finger. Make sure you are still grabbing it. The rest of us can sit down. The ones who are grabbing the fingers of the others, keep standing. Keep standing. All right. So if your finger was grabbed, kindly come forward. Come forward, comrade. Let's appreciate them as they come forward. Come. Let's appreciate them. Somebody tell me, how was the exercise? Was it interesting? Intriguing? Did it wake up some sleeping mathematics formulas? Right. Now, I'm going to engage you. You have 1 minute each. All right? 1 minute each. So the 1 minute starts now. All right? Here's your question, sir. Let me stand from this end. Here we go now. All right. What's your good name, sir?
Francis Wambua.
Francis?
Wambua.
Francis Wambua. Now, Francis Wambua, what program are you taking?
CPA.
CPA.
Yeah.
Which institution?
KCA.
KCA University. KCA University, hello. Amazing. Now, make sure your KCA people are well represented, right? Okay. Okay, don't think so hard. It isn't a difficult question. Here is your question. What is the rate of $1 to Kenyan shillings right now? Keep quiet.
I'll give a range. I think it is ranging around 130.
Around 130. Who knows the exact? Yes? 129. Appreciate this young man. He has said it's ranging around 130. All right? Appreciate him as he sits down. Hakuna swali lingine. Usiogope. All right. How are you? How are you, good lady?
I'm fine.
What's your good name?
Rachel Kiaria.
What program are you pursuing?
BBIT, but currently doing CPA.
Currently taking CPA at?
JKUAT.
At JKUAT. Amazing. Now, here is your question. In a world that is quickly and rapidly moving in the space of finance, of course, you have to be adaptable, right? Now, I know you are starting to think in the space of finance. Here's your question. You need to be dynamic, okay? If you're given an opportunity to change one thing in this room, what will it be and why?
One thing in the room.
Yes, one thing in the room. What will it be and why? Can I give you time to think as I ask him another question? Okay, I'm coming back to you. How are you, sir?
Fine.
It happens I know your name. 2 names. Amos Mushiri. You good?
That's my name, yes.
Good to see you here. Now, you're taking economics, right?
Yes.
I got it right. Now, here's your question. Wewe lazima, we must meet head on.
Try me.
Appreciate him. I love the confidence. Try me. Okay. Which one is the biggest exporter of Kenyan goods in Africa?
The biggest exporter.
Yes. Which country is the biggest exporter in Africa
Uganda.
from Kenya? Are you sure?
90%.
90%. Who knows the right answer? Kijana, tumia ChatGPT vizuri. Hello. Yes. Okay, what's your name?
My name is Kevin, and I was wondering, I'm not sure of the question, so I'm thinking the answer is that question might not be very well phrased, because export means we are in Kenya, we are exporting something, right? So how can countries be the largest exporter of Kenyan goods? We are the ones supposed to be exporting. I don't know if I'm correct, but I stand to be.
That is the answer. Appreciate this man. Appreciate. But if the question was which country is the largest importer of Kenyan goods, the answer would have been Uganda. All right? But appreciate Amos as well. That is the answer. Na watumia ChatGPT iwape jibu. Okay, back to you. What is the response to your question. What was your question?
So you had asked me, with the change in finance, what is one thing that I would change in this role,
Yes.
right? So I guess it's my idea. I guess the one thing I would change is not within the role, but I can say it's about the ERP systems that we use in business. Yeah.
ERP systems that we use in business. Appreciate this lady. Appreciate this lady. All right. The enterprise. Enterprise what? Huh? No. Just keep quiet. Enterprise? ERP in full. Guys. Yes. Management information systems. ERP in full.
Enterprise resource planning.
Enterprise resource planning. Appreciate him. Appreciate him. Appreciate him. All right. How was the exercise? Amazing. I took away your thinking capacity. But anyway, that was amazing. Now, welcome once again to the Future of Finance, organized by your one and only B&K. All right. Boniface and Kale auditors right here at Ngong Hills Hotel. All right. Now, as we begin off, I would like to now welcome Michael MC, an amazing man that we've interacted with since we came here in the morning. As he comes in, take your time, sir. Take your time. Take your time. Make sure umeweka suti vizuri. All right. Welcome this man on stage. He is a strategist. He works with a consultancy firm. He's a corporate MC, and he is currently CPA. When you want to introduce him, you must start with the word CPA Joel. I appreciate him as he comes and welcomes the next speakers on stage.
Hatujambo. Hatujambo. Hamjambo. Okay, you can turn to the person on the right, on the left, give them a smile, tell them I'm Mbalingani. Tell the other one Tusindi. Tusindi. Kuwa hapa. Tusindi. Okay, thank you so much. Now, before I start off, I would like to invite Naomi, in case you have a word for us, then we can kick it off. Wapi nduru zake, Naomi Glow.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joe, for this opportunity. And thank you, first of all, to all of you for making the time today, for showing up. We are honored to have you with us today. So just a few things before we start the Future of Finance seminar today. As you can see, our esteemed speakers are ready to take you through the knowledge that they want to impart today. So this is just to give you a few directional guidance on how we're going to operate today. So for those who will need the services of the washroom, you'll just use this door straight ahead. Gentlemen, it will be to your left. Ladies, you'll just see the door right there. I think that's that. It's too early to speak about lunch. Tukikaribia lunch, I'll come back here and tell you where and how to access your meals. But karibuni sana. I am very happy to see all of you here today. And from the B&K team, my name is Naomi. I represent the B&K team. So from all of us at B&K, karibuni sana. If you will see a couple of this running on the screen during the seminar, kindly scan the code, follow all our pages, make sure any posts you make on any platform, you tag us, because we have gifts today for the posts that we're going to check on our social media. So the post that will get the most interactions, or the account that will have the most posts with our accounts tagged, we have some really nice gifts for you. We also have some of these QR codes around, these ones.
If you see whichever one is easier with you, either the screen or the QR code scanners, make sure you scan and follow and tag our pages. All right.
A round of applause. In the words of a gentleman called Mark Bionef, one of the youngest vice presidents of Oracle, born on 25th of September 1964, he told us that there's need for us to get into the future ahead of our customers so that we can greet and welcome them when they get there. And I want to believe that it's on the basis of that that BNK has organized this wonderful forum whereby we can come and get connected to the future. A gentleman called Lao Tzu, a Chinese philosopher, says, do the great things where they are still small, do the difficult things where they are still easy, because the journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. The French tell us, rien de rien. Tell your neighbor, rien de rien. That means nothing comes from nothing. Only what you do gets done. And I want to believe each one of us is here ready to take that one great step in the right direction. I did it several years back, and I don't say I regret. My name is Joel Kobia, or CPA Joel Kobia. You may call me T. Joe for today. I'm a CPA graduate. I'm also a graduate of BCom Finance, Nairobi University. I've also done a master's in leadership and a master's in strategy. I practice as a strategist and leadership consultant. I'm also an author in the line of leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the day? I now want to welcome our first speaker of the day. Remember, the forum is entitled The Future of Finance, Integrating AI, Automation, ESG, Compliance in Accounting and Auditing. Friends, our first speaker of the day is a very experienced professional in the line of audit, risk, and public finance management, as well as strategic management. She is passionate about risk management, budget formulation and execution, reporting, effective internal controls in organizations to mitigate various risks and ensure value addition is optimized when implementing strategic objectives. This is one of the opinion shapers and leaders that we have in this nation, as she also serves as the chairperson, or if you may like it, the president of the Association of Women Accountants of Kenya, AWAC. She has a practical experience in both public and private sectors in terms of environmental and including, but not limited to, manufacturing, finance, hospitality, and not-for-profit organizations. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming the revolutionary, one and only CPA Hortensia Kaniu. Wapi nduru zake tafadhali. Thank you.
Yes, I have around 25 minutes. That is what he was whispering to me. But I've decided to make it loud because I'm already here. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. And let's give a round of applause to the MC. Where is the MC seated? He's really have energy, doesn't he? Beautiful energy, which we like. And the co-presenter also, Gloria, and the B and K team. And then let's clap for ourselves. You woke up this morning and you're here. We are so honored to have you here, and it's such a delight to be honored and invited for this particular forum. Gloria and the team, I don't take it for granted. My co-presenters, those who are here and those who will be coming, we will listen and learn also. I've requested Gloria to do Menti. I'm happy the MC started with the icebreaker. my 25 minutes, like I have been advised, I'll not be doing the talking alone. This is not an FA class. It's not an audit class, no. You cannot do auditing in college and you come and do auditing here. So I'll be listening to you. We will learn and we shall engage. Gloria, if you can start the Menti. We start with, how are you feeling this morning? I'll be doing my introduction as you answer that. How are you feeling this morning? Get out of your phones. Today is IT. That is what we came to do. So you have your phones. And you usually do other things. Today we are going to use it here. Get your phones. Just go to Google or whatever browser you usually use and type menti.com. Menti.com, are we there? Join at menti.com. It's asking for a code. Who is there? You can show me by the lifting up your hand. You're already there, perfect. The code is 7808 7808 8344. Are we in? Are we in? I repeat, 7808 8344. Okay. And how are you feeling this morning? You tell us there. That's the question. How are you feeling this morning? You want to hear? Perfect. We have somebody already in. Someone is feeling happy. How are you feeling this morning? Tell us. You woke up. You didn't just wake up. Today is on a Saturday. You'd have gone home. You'd have gone to a chama. You've gone maybe remedial classes and all that. But you're here. So how are you feeling? Perfect. Excited. Open to information. Chilled. People are here chillaxing. It's still good. And I'm happy we have Gen Zs in the house. It will give you perfect. Open to information. Someone is nervous. The team of BK. You will have to check on that. Excited. Amazing. And they keep coming. Perfect. We are good. I am CPA Hortensia Canio. Like the MC has mentioned, I'm currently the chairman of the Association of Women Accountants of Kenya. How many have heard of ISPAC? Perfect. How many have heard of AWAC? AWAC is the Association of Women Accountants of Kenya. And I represent the women in this country, like you, who have already finished CPA, and those who are in their part two. We have associates, and we also have full members. Besides that, I'm also a board director at the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, BECOM, and also I'm a golfer. Besides farming, I also farm, and I'm serving in committees at Machakos Golf Club. So our topic for today, what I was given by this team, we are all here for one thing, the future of finance. And Gloria, we can move. You all know the topic because I know you've been invited. And it's adapting to change, preparing the future workforce. And I believe that is where we are all headed. And then the skills and competencies, finance students, that is all of us. I know we are students of finance, young professionals, what they need to thrive. And what we shall be looking at in the next 15 minutes or so is automation, and also the human workforce. And then what the emerging professionals, that is you, and also me, require to succeed. Then we also need to identify the gaps, and also we do audit in our skills, what we already have, and also establish the training needs. We are not only going to be academicians. You know, when we finish, you have your degree, you have a master's, you have your CPA, or your doctorate. That's the professional part. But we need the other part so that we are 360 and all well-rounded. So the future, the rise of automation. I'm on 3. Gloria, I'm on 3, and we are saying that the future of finance is digital. You have seen even right now, you have your gadgets, and we are all CPAs, we are all learned. I know most of us have either completed their degrees or they are already there. Others, like the MC was asking, are already in their CPAs, but we need other aspects or other skills because the future of finance is digital. There's efficiency and productivity. The rise of automation, that's where we are in at the moment. Automation brings efficiency, it also brings productivity, there's cost reduction, market consumer demands, and technological advancements. And you can see from the photo there that the future of finance is digital. So I know we are used to the calculator, but those of us who are already doing their internships, and those who are aspiring, I know B&K are so vocal in that particular aspect, and that's why you're gathered here. When you get to the workstation, the game changes. There's a game change. I had the MC asking about ELPs. Now you meet those ELPs, the systems, and the like. And that is the reason why, part of the reason why you're here. Because it's not only now, we are moving from that balancing. I have passed where you have passed. I know how we do the maths. So there's the other part of the application. And with that part of application, there's what is emerging in today's market, that is automation. Then there will be impact on jobs, because automation of routine tasks, they are those tasks that you keep doing every day. So machines are coming, and we need also to keep changing. And see, our industry is not affected. It's among the industry. When you talk of manufacturing and also automation, even accounting is also affected. And that the repetitive tasks are the ones that are being automated. Then the emergence of new roles with technology, there are new roles that come in. And apart from maybe those people who are in IT, you may not have gotten exposure on the same. There's need for reskilling. We need to reskill, and that's why we are here. Then how do we prepare for the future? With the advancement in finance, we need to get prepared. And that is why B&K has organized this particular platform, so that now we move from where we are, being professionals. You are soon becoming CPAs. You move from there to now where the market wants you to be. There are skills for the future workforce. There are those technical skills, there are human-centric skills, and there are also the soft skills. Part of this you've maybe covered at the course of your study, the soft skills. The ones you already know, the communication skills. And I'm glad that by coming into this forum, the networking session, I know it's scheduled later in the day, you are going to build up on those skills. There's adaptability and innovation. You have to be open to new ideas, learning new technologies, as well as adapting to changes, because they keep changing. Knowledge of financial regulation, understanding financial regulations, and also compliance requirements. You need also to be up to task. How many love the business diary? Do we love the business diary? How many checks? You don't know business diary, either online or physical? That's a space I want you to be checking. Now, with a click of even your phone today, you're able to check the business daily, and there's so much that is shared there. Information is out there in regards to compliance, requirements, either from the Kenya Revenue Authority and even forums like these ones, and from other people in the industry. Then there's ethical behavior, adhering to ethical standards and professional conduct. Then those are soft skills. When you go to technical skills, or what we call the hard skills, there's emergence, proficiency in software like the Excel. I know we know Excel. Is it? How many of us have taken initiative of going deeper into Excel? There's so much that you can do. don't just use just Excel. The one, unajua ile mnapewa tables, then you just fill in. There's more you can do. And even at the click of your button, there's so much you can learn. There's Google Sheets and also other financial modeling platforms. Data analysis, that's transforming financial data into actionable insight using various analytical tools. There's financial modeling, what I've mentioned about the spreadsheets. And then budgeting and forecasting, this you will experience more when you get to the work area. Then there are those competences, knowledge, skills, and behavior that you are required to do. One is having an agile mindset. And even being in these particular forums, looping in seminars and such forums where there are expositions and also teachings of this. This is having an agile mindset. And I'm glad that today you didn't sleep, you chose to be here. So look out for many others and also keep learning. Embracing change, the change must start from you. You have to continue learning, regular training. Now we are at that stage where you can get everything at the click of your phone. So use it constructively. Minimize the social aspects, but use it constructively and learn each and every day. I usually have a practice. I am doing my doctorate at the moment, and those who are here doing their PhDs, you know, in PhD you have to read and read and read. And I have a practice of 1 hour. So I want you to adopt the same. Ensure 1 hour, you're 1 hour in the morning, you can't keep sleeping, and you're at this beautiful age. You're at this beautiful age. Wake up early, just dedicate 1 hour. But that 1 hour is not for Facebook, it's not for Twitter. And the rest of the applications, it's yours to read. And you're reading constructive aspects. Then technology integration, I've already mentioned that. Being here in workshops, in trainings, and getting to learn more. School will give you a CPA-K. School will give you a degree. It will give you a master's. But you need the 360 round to be really packaged, well packaged. And out there is very competitive. You really need to keep going. There's also big data analytics. This is implementing artificial intelligence for routine checks. Diverse talent is really, really key. Really, really key. So you will have your CPA, you will have your degree, you need others. You need others. You need leadership, you need governance, you need risk, and all that. So you have to continue learning. And also continuous feedback. I know Gloria at the end of this session should be asking you, either directly or in written form, to give us feedback of what maybe it's not covered, what has been covered, and what you want to cover. Even at your areas or where you are, ensure that you give feedback, continuous feedback, so that you keep developing. Then human and AI collaboration, where we are, this is the era we are in. And I'm so glad that this particular conference will be covering. Me being the first one, the others will be talking about it. And there's so much that we need to collaborate between human and AI collaboration. That is you and me. Then we cannot forget about diversity and inclusion. Diversity and inclusion from ourselves and even those around us. And to thrive in finance, students and young professionals need a blend of technical, soft skills, and a deep understanding of diversity and inclusion. This is something that we all need to have. And also helping those among ourselves who are not like us, who are differently abled. Ensure that you spread a hand, you hold a hand of somebody else. At the end of the day, even having that degree, having that PhD, having your master's, having all that, there is a question, what impact do you have? And I'm so glad that this particular organization today have held your hand. They brought you here so that they can impact, duplicate the same. Hold others who are starting, who are beginners, your small sisters, your small brothers out there, ensure that you bring them along. And not only those who are like you, even those who are not like you. Okay, what are the challenges and ethical concerns? There are ethical considerations and closure that are very crucial as financial professionals. And I'm sure this is covered, ethics is covered extensively in all levels, at the degree level, even at the CPA level. And those ethics that are there, there will be job displacements with automation, because you see those routine tasks, will be one consolidated. So you need to have that integration. So there are those challenges that are there. It's good we also address them. But machines cannot outphase us. It's us to be able to collaborate with what is there, with the ERPs, and then we give a human face out there. Then AI bias and ethics, we are always very biased. There will be bias also when we are migrating. This one is AI systems can inherit biases from data, leading to unfair treatment. But we are the face, the human face will be there to ensure that that is not done. But there are those ethical concerns. Then privacy and security, there is data protection today, and there is data breach. And as Gen Zs, we are very good in cracking. Cynthia, we are very good in that. So as financial professionals, you'll be expected also to know about data privacy and what to do and what not to do. Gloria, are we good on time? As we conclude towards the future of work, let's embrace innovation, adapt to change, and ensure a balance between automation and human potential. Thank you. And I am open to questions. I have a small exercise. I don't know, I have 1 or 2 minutes?
Yeah, sure. You can.
have 2 minutes?
Yes.
Yes, I want us to spread these ones amongst ourselves, pick any color, and tell us your take home. Tell us your take home, just one. I said the session will not be mine alone. We shall do it together. Tell us anything you have learned. I give back the mic to the MC to conduct the questions part and to carry on from here. You can write any take home you have, and after you have written, we shall post it here. Okay? You can bring it here. I also teach governance, and in governance, we usually teach how to lift up your hand and also be bold. So write down and take it there before I take a round of questions. Anything you have learned? Thank you, MC. The first person to stick it up before I usher in the MC. Any talk home? You can carry on.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's appreciate her. Let's appreciate CPA Hortensia Kanu. You can do better than that, guys. Come on. Don't be mean with your clubs and you haven't done your masters and PhD yet. Thank you so much. That was, yes, you can stick there. I'll also be sticking mine in the next few minutes before we're done. But now I want to open this ground for Q&A, question and answer session, maybe in the next 3 to 5 minutes. Anyone with a question, a concern? Amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that very informative session. My name is Kevin Githuku. I'm a journalist. Actually, I'm not into the finance world. However, I cover business news. And I'm not here to cover today. I'm just here to learn. So forgive me if you see me having so many questions. But I'll just stick to one particular one around the AI that you talked about, the collaboration. And I want to bring it in the aspect of the fintech spaces, financial technology. So I didn't mention that I'm a journalist and I've covered business news both in Kenya and outside. So one time I was in a particular country which had issues Equity Bank operates in that country as well. So they had issues with their fintech spaces. I think people were able to hack into their system, and people who do mobile money transactions, it's relatively new there, maybe unlike here. So they lost millions, and in fact it was millions in their currency. So when I questioned the people in the space, when journalists were given the opportunity to ask questions, the directors said that they were not able to protect the citizens from financial fraud. And it was a cover story, it was a cover page story I actually still have the link I could share later. So this brought in a lot of debate around whether or not institutions have the capability to protect the people they serve from this kind of data breaches and of course the fintech fraud that we are learning about. So now my question is, from your perspective as a professional, do you think it's possible, first of all, in this age and era, to protect us, the consumers, first of all, from such kind of fraud? And what possibly could be done in that regard, just to make sure that we are safe, especially in fintech spaces? Thank you.
Thank you. We can have a round of 3, or you're only allowing 2. How many are you allowing?
Okay, let's have maybe 2. Right, the last one. Sorry, because of time, okay? Thank you.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Gabriel. Become accounting student at KCA University. Now, in the human and AI integration, you talked of new job roles. So, can you give us an example of the jobs that are covered there? Thank you.
Maybe before you answer that, let me just give them the opportunity they had raised their hands.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. My name is Akwinai Togola, a student at Kenyatta University, currently a 4th year. I have a question to our presenter, our guest for today. You have mentioned something about AI and the way we need to integrate AI to our education system. Is there a specific thing that we need to learn on AI, or is it a collective of things or knowledge that we need to put together for us to be better when we go to the outside world? Because you've mentioned that there's some competition. And for us to rise above the competition, to have both information to AI when we integrate it with the education system, how should we go about it as students?
Sorry, I didn't get your name, kindly.
Akwinai Togola.
Akwinaita.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and thank you for all the questions. Okay.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ismail Chege. I am a digital marketer. I help corporates and professionals build their brands. So I once attended a tech event at ALX, and I met an interesting person. His name is Isaac. He works in cybersecurity. So Isaac said something interesting. He said, we no longer help people protect themselves from other people, but now we're now protecting them from AI. Right there, I've written my feedback, or my takeaway is the future of finance is digital. So what are the ethical guidelines which protect us from this AI which you're telling us to embrace? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Shege. I got your name, Shege? Okay, let me start with Kevin Hithuku. And I thank you also for not being on the other side. You've decided to stand the other side. And business news. AI collaboration, your question was, is there anything that Equity Bank, there is so much, only that you didn't mention in this particular question, that is happening. There are even massive layoffs that are happening. What I can say is that we are still work in progress. This is something still new. Yes, we can protect, but you're still not yet there. I happen to belong to Safaricom Sacco. It's now called Corner. You know, it's now called Corner Sacco. You can imagine the technology with Safaricom, and we've also had breaches. Even the biggest of all, there is nobody who cannot be hacked. Yes, we can protect. And you know who does it? It's us. It's not the system, it's us. So we are learning, and we are the same people who are hacking, but there is a responsibility by the respective organizations, the banks, the financial institutions, and also somebody has mentioned about ethics. It's a combination of many things. Yes, we can be able to protect because the moment we take deposits from members, we are the safeguards or the custodians of that. But on the other side, we are still work in progress. We are still not yet there because we have seen, Equity now, there's a very big problem. I've mentioned about Safaricom, now Corner Sacco. They actually have their AGM today, and they've also had data breaches. I hope I've answered you. Thank you so much, Kevin. I didn't get the KCA University delegate name. I like addressing people by their names. That's how I've been taught. Kindly, if you can just shout out your name. Gabriel. Thank you so much, Gabriel. And you're from KCA University. KCA University is of ISPAC. And the many others who are here. And I'm also a proud member of the institute. You're asking about the new job roles that there will be emergence due to AI. What I mentioned is that there is human and AI collaboration. The machines will not learn by themselves. So you are required, besides what you're doing, the accounting that you're doing and bookkeeping and audit and risk, to also get the skills of AI so that you're able, for instance, there's repetition and duplication of data. AI is able, for instance, to analyze large volumes of data. So if you're given to analyze maybe 10, 100 pages, the auditors in the room know that it can take a lot of time. But with the system, you can leave that to the system or the AI to do as you concentrate on the human side of decision making and what cannot be handled by the machines. Then we move to Aquinas Ogola, right here. Then corrective of things, then competition and information. It slips in between the hands. I will request you to pick it again. Then Chege, the marketer. I love marketing. And it's such a beautiful field. And I'm happy. By the way, even accountants are marketers. You don't just restrict yourself to, let's be multidisciplinary. You know a little of marketing, branding and all that, then you can also do, because all these are required. AI, I had somebody who is a BBI, who is doing BIT. About cyber security, we no longer help people. It's about protection. It's about data protection. Now we are protecting people from data. This has to do more with ethics. And there are those ethics, I know there are those ones we learn at the accounting section. It's the same thing, it's ethics. You as a finance professional, today, tomorrow you'll be the big shots, the auditor generals in this country, the controllers of budget in this country, the finance minister and the CS. So you start from here. Learn the ethics from here as you progress. Let me take Aquinas' question again. I would like to answer it, but I think it slipped within my hands. Kindly. It's about collective of things, competition. Yes.
My question was, in most of these events, when we attend the events as students, the one thing that almost everybody is telling us is you need to know something about AI. Okay. So my question is, what exactly as students should we know about AI? because what we know is AI is artificial intelligence. So that's just shallow information. Everyone is telling you need to have skills on AI. What are the skills? So my question was, is it a collective of information that we need to have as students for us to be gauged like people who have information or skills about AI? Or is AI a topic? What is AI like that? Because we just don't know about AI. Okay, I've known AI is artificial intelligence. I'm doing accounting. How do I integrate my accounting knowledge with the AI knowledge that's out there? So how do we go about it?
Thank you, Aquinas. Now I get you. It's actually, you've answered part of the question. It's a combination of everything. So, for instance, just taking you to what was mentioned here, we have ERPs. You know what ERPs are? ERPs, to help manage documents and data. They have big data analytics, that is processing huge data. That can be done. Actually, it has been done before by hand. But as we move on, the data becomes more expensive, more huge. So we need that integration, this human integration and machine integration, so that we are able to do things faster, cost-effective, with certainty, correctness, and all that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. And thank you to the management for allowing me to be here. Thank you, and God bless you.
Let's appreciate it. You can do better than that. You can do better than that. You can do better than that. Thank you so much. CPA on Hortensia Canoe. Thank you so much for such amazing sentiment. The future belongs to those who want to take it forward. All right? The future belongs to those who want to take it forward. So ladies and gentlemen, as we move on, let us just keep on rolling. But now, who wants a t-shirt? We have a branded t-shirt. So whoever wants a branded t-shirt for B&K, wants a t-shirt? Who wants a t-shirt for the last time? Oh, you want a t-shirt? Okay. Now, if you want a t-shirt, answer this question. It has choices, but I'm not going to give you choices. You are smart students, right? Who believes he or she is smart? I love it. Now, no choices. Tijo, no choices for them. No choices. The question is this. What is the formula for the accounting equation? Hello? You want a t-shirt? Okay. He raised his hand first.
Accounting questions.
We can't see him. Takuona sasa barabara.
Good morning.
Morning.
Accounting question, assets equals to capital plus liabilities.
Those of the opinion that is gotten it correct say aye. Those of the contrary say nay. The nays have it. Okay, we can have another answer.
It.
Capital is equals to assets plus liabilities.
Capital equals assets plus liabilities. Wale wanasema amepata, wacha tuone kwenye ishara ya mkono. Tazama nyuma na side mirror tuone kama kunaye. Hamna. Okay, so what's the right answer? Okay, I can see the final hand before we do the presentation. CPA Hortensia, you're the one to present the gift to the winner. Is it going to be a lady or a gentleman?
Capital equals to assets minus liabilities.
Congratulations, you are wrong. Okay, now let's hear the correct answer.
Who has the right answer?
Here is the marking scheme.
Okay, yes, okay. Raise the hand first.
My answer would be assets is equals to capital plus liabilities.
Okay, the two of them got it. Just come, the two of you. Just come. Kujeni hapa mbele.
Let's appreciate them.
Johnny hapa mbele.
Let's appreciate them. You can do better than that.
Haraka yako, bahati yako. Only one of you is going to carry the t-shirts. I'm going to ask you a mathematical question. Very simple. You don't require a calculator. Madam Hortensia, unaweza shikilia hii ndio one barabara iko pale. Okay, this is the question. Are you ready? Are you ready? 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 divide by 5 times 3. I repeat, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 divide by 5 times 3. No? Anyone from the crowd? I repeat, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 divide by 5 times 3. So that answer times 15. You got it right. Okay.
Let's appreciate her. Let's appreciate her.
So congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yours is coming, right? Thank you. Appreciate him. Appreciate him as well.
Shukran.
Appreciate her. Appreciate her. Mpigeni makofi jamani.
Congratulations.
Kazi kuntu ameifanya, sivyo?
Aha.
Asante.
Oh, you're in what part?
Foundation.
Foundation. Okay, congratulations. You want to hear it now? The
Asante.
choice is yours.
Asante. Wacha nimpe Tijo. Tumpigie Tijo makofi pia jamani. Tupigie
Shukran.
Tijo makofi.
Wahenga,
Asanteni
wahenga
sana.
wakanena mkono mtupu haulambwi.
Mkono mtupu haulambwi.
I think he did very well. He
Yes.
deserves something. Nitaomba kiongozi akaweza kumtunuku.
Aha.
Joel tafadhali.
Tumpigie makofi jamani. Tumpigie makofi. Tumpongeze.
Kwa majina kamili tutakuita nani?
Babiri Peter.
Hey, that's a thumbed name. Eugene Baberi Peter. Okay, pokea tunduku lako. Aha. How are you feeling, sir?
Enraptured. Yeah.
Hey, kizungu naye. Okay, shukran. Good. Uliza jirani yako ulikuwa wapi wakipata zawadi? Or you had it right. Don't worry, we have several other gifts that are going to be giving in due course. Madam Montenshi, I hope you'll be. Fine. Thank you. Fine. Now we are still on session 1, and session 1 had 4 segments. 1, we are talking about preparing the future workforce, and under that, we are looking at adapting to change, the part that we've just done with CPA Hortensia. Next, we are going to invite 2 of our panelists, and they're going to talk to us about Mind the Gap, rethinking academic preparation for the modern finance professional. I repeat, rethinking academic preparation for the modern finance professional. According to a gentleman by the name, the guy who discovered the electric bulb, anaitwa nani? Thomas Edison. According to Thomas Edison, only 5% of the people on the earth think. Look at your neighbor, 5% think. Then he went ahead to say, 10% think they think. 10% think they think. And he concluded by saying 85% would rather die than think. Jirani yako anakaa gani? 5% who think, 10% who think they think, or 85% who would rather die than think. And I want to believe that we are gathered here today, courtesy of BNK, in order for us to be accelerated into that space of us becoming part of the 5% who think. Now, the next speaker is a gentleman that I've known for quite a long time. I met him before he became a daktari, and he was reminding me this morning that we shared a cup of tea with him several years back. And he happens to be a senior lecturer at Kenyatta University and ASA, KU patron, that is the Accounting Students Association of Kenyatta University. He holds a PhD in Master of MSc Finance. He's also a BCom Finance holder. Over and above that is an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. Ambia jirani yako ukiniguza kuna wakili miongoni mwetu. And of course, his area of specialization is finance, law, financial markets, and financial services. And he has an interest in various areas of research, among them access to finance by underserved communities. There's also corporate governance, finance, and legal environment. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Dr. Nathan Mutweri in a short while. Alongside him, just before he stands up, I invite the co-presenter for that session, who happens to be a colleague of Dr. Nathan. She serves as a senior lecturer at Kenyatta University and also ASA or ASA-KU advisory member. She is a holder of PhD Finance, MBA Finance, Maths, and Math/Business, that is B.Ed, and she also happens to be a certified public accountant, or is it a satisfied public accountant? She serves in the Department of Accounting and Finance, and her area of specialization must be starting with letter F. You got it right, finance. Her area of interest in terms of research is financial markets and corporate finance. Ladies and gentlemen, Madam Dr. Caroline Kimutai. So Doc and Doc, uwanja ni wenu sasa. We are all set to gathering wisdom on minding the gap, rethinking academic preparation for the modern finance professional.
COVID actually has just transformed how things are. And let me, in 1 minute, digress. We have seen how accountancy has moved from abacus and calculators to ERP, right? So it means if you are not wired, if you are not tech savvy, if you can't touch a button on a computer alone, it means unfortunately we will have a system for it. And it's not only accountants. When we were teaching on the advocate, before COVID, a small law firm, which maybe would have 5 managers in a day, would have to employ 5 advocates. So that's one travels to Mombasa, another to Kisumu, another to Delhi, another for a few days or what? There was COVID, there was IT transformation. What about today? One advocate can log into 5 court sessions, one in Mombasa, Nyeri, Meru, and handle all those files. What does that mean? So, as accountant, it's not only us who are affected, it's everyone, right? The IT, and in the future, I foresee, and it's not very far future, is a near future. Robotic, and it's happening. So we need to intersect ourselves. Now, minding the gap. So why are we minding the gap? When there is a gap there could be a gap between preparation and workplace expectation. The process of preparing you to be accountant and the workplace, sometimes there is a big gap, and you need to be aware of that gap so that you can prepare yourself. There is a big gap sometimes, or most of the times, between theory and reality. Of course, in class, or as you're doing your CPAs, you'll be given an exam, you read, reconcile, and calculator, and you're very stressed when it doesn't balance, right? But in practice, you need to understand that. But in practice, you may not necessarily sit down with a pencil and do it. So there is a gap between what is happening in theory and what is happening in reality. Exams and execution. Now, research has shown that about 64% of the graduates, some, including even MBA, they lack practical skills. So, what does that tell us? 64%, including people with masters, lack practical skills for the market. So it should worry us. It should worry us. Because I believe we want to be ready for that market, right? We want to be ready for that market, either as employees or even what? Employers, right? Yes. So again, almost 67% research has shown of the employers find it very difficult to get the correct skills they want for their employees. The correct skills they want for the employees. So as students, what are we doing so that we are not part of the statistics of the 64% of the university and college graduates? So we need, first of all, to acknowledge that there is this gap. Because if we don't accept there is a gap, we'll be caught off guard. We'll be caught off guard, and it may not be very good for us. Now, finance students, accounting students, is not only enough to know, for example, in capital budgeting, understanding how to come up with net present values, right? It's important to go to a boardroom and explain to the boardroom or to the managers who have absolutely no experience or not know about finance how this project is viable or not. it's not only important to learn about tax laws in a class. How do you advise an SME or a mid-sized company how they can plan their tax? How they can probably minimize the amount they are supposed to pay within the legal framework. It's just not important. It's not only important to just sit in a classroom and know the theories about audit procedures. It's even more important to learn using the tools that are available to actually execute the work. And now, are our academic institution ready? Are they producing graduates who are ready for this reality, for this gap that we now acknowledge exists? Now, what does the industry demand? What does the industry demand of accounting and finance professionals? So we are living in a world of big data. A lot of interpretation of data is key. Understanding how to interpret the data. Because in the current tech situations, there's a lot of data on sale, there's a lot of data available, but there is need for saving that data and explaining the importance of such data to an organization. So you need to understand tools that are there, both AI tools and other systems that can help you manage to achieve your objectives or to work in finance and accounting. More important or equally important is the issue of communication. Communication as a soft skill, because you need again to time and again explain to people who may not really understand the figures and convince them that this is how we should go as an organization. Now, away from the profit ratios and everything, there's also now what I may call social accounting, the environmental, social, and governance issue. And there's a lot of conviction that organization, for them to be sustainable, again, as an accountant, you as a finance, you need to be able to acquaint yourself to ESG reporting, because in environmental, social, and governance, the issues of ethics comes in. So don't only be an over expertise or just over specialize in just the data or just balancing P&L balance sheets and just ignore totally everything. So there is a gap between classroom and the boardroom. And as a students of finance and accounting, we need to see how we can fill this gap. Because at times the classrooms may be so full of theory, which is important, but it's very important as a student to ensure that at least you have some practical skills so that you can be able to fit the market. Now, how do we close the gap? How do we close the gap? Have we agreed there is a gap in the market? How do we close the gap? Now, closing the gap requires personal initiative. Lazima ujitume. Si ni kweli? Yes, because there is only so much an institution may do, as a personal level, what efforts are you doing? So the good thing is that you're not powerless. It's you who can initiate this step or this journey of closing the gap. So you need to take control of your learning. You need to understand what is happening in the industry. What's the color of a business daily? What's the color of a business daily? Yes? What's the color of a business daily? Blue. Great. Now, as a finance student, as an accounting student, I'm not sure how prepared you are about the industry trends if you are not sure what is the color of what? A business deal. Because where are you going to work for those who want to go get jobs? Right? Yes, and I'm sure these things are available online or in our libraries, right? So spend some time, understand what's happening, which bank has taken over or has merged with, yes, which insurance firm is undergoing liquidation. You need to understand what's happening. Master some finance softwares, some accounting packages, yes, so that the QuickBooks, the Tallies, and many other ERPs, you need to be very intentional finding time to go and intern at some places so that you get some practical knowledge. Get some short courses. Some are online so that at least you can continue develop your skills. Build soft skills, communication skills, and any other skills that you think are relevant for your field. In other words, build a toolbox. You know, a toolbox is very important. If you have very few tools in a toolbox, means you are limited. Should there what? A problem come. But a person with many tools in a toolbox, they can be able to respond to many emergencies because they have some tools what? In the toolbox. So as a student, equip your toolbox. And by equipping your toolbox, you have gone for an internship, you have done some maybe accounting packages, and many other things. So ensure that your toolbox is as full as what? As possible, so that you bridge the gap. So short courses, internships will give you skills, they'll expose you to mentors, and sometimes those mentors will also expose you to opportunities. So are we, as students, do we appreciate our role of filling the gap? Do we think we have a role to play in ensuring that we fill this gap which is already in existence in the market? It can only start with you as a student. And the very first that you got time and effort to come to this conference, I believe we are speaking to those who are already converted. At this point, I want to invite my friend and colleague, Dr. CPA Caroline, to proceed with the presentation.
So thank you so much, Dr. Nathan, for that presentation. I believe we are learning and we are still learning, right? So we have acknowledged that there is a gap. And what Dr. Nathan has told us is the gap is there and we have a role as professionals to fill this gap. Are we together? So what we want to look at is, apart from you as a professional filling that gap, also from the part of the learning institutions, they also have a role, right? I'm sure some of you are asking yourself, but now why did we pay fees? We were not taught to do this. I believe some of you have gone for internships and what you find there is different, or rather not close to what you've done in school, right? So I want us to look at the role of learning institutions in closing the gap. So I've stated there that the gap between what is taught and what is needed is no longer a crack, it's a canyon. Just look at that photo that I've put there. What are we seeing? We're seeing a river, right? Is that a river? What else? Yes? Mountains. I'm told they are seeing mountains, fine. What else are you seeing? Fine. So what I'm trying to illustrate there is we are no longer going to assume that the gap does not exist, right? It is no longer a crack. So what is the learning institution doing about that gap? Apart from what you've been told, your role as a professional, what are we doing as academic institutions to fill this particular gap? Remember, filling the gap is a joint effort. We have to bring industry on board, academia has to be on board. Also, as professionals, we have a role in filling that gap. So first of one of the items that the universities and learning institutions are doing is to have industry academia collaboration. No institution is going to survive, to thrive by working alone. They have to join together to try and see how are we going to fill this gap that is affecting our professionals. So we have collaborations with various institutions. For example, we could have collaborations with CASNEP, we have collaborations with ISPAC, we have various collaborations with the industry players, and through those collaborations, we do get insights of the current and the future needs of the job markets. Then out of those collaborations also, we can have internships where we have students, professionals, young professionals can go there and at least be able to work there, get to have some experience and build their profession. What also is done is in our classrooms, we open our doors and we invite guest lecturers from the industry. So the guest lecturers are going to give us the practical bit of what is happening in the industry. So as students, we get to interact with them early enough and prepare for our profession in future. We do collaborative research. Remember, we have problems that exist in the society, and those problems we need solutions. So we need to do research, and what is happening is learning institutions are collaborating with industry, even the government, to be able to do research and get some problems to the solutions to the problems that are there. Like for example, we are talking today, like we have a gap between what is in class and what is out there. So maybe we come up with a research area that we want to study and find out why is country A doing better in terms of equipping their professionals, and our country we are not doing the same. So we could do a research, have some findings, and then we are able to benchmark with the best practices. Then we have curriculum advisory. Learning institutions are expected to keep on reviewing the curriculum. So we bring the academia, the industry on board so that we can incorporate the emerging trends in our curriculum. We have talked about ESG, we have talked about the Python, R, and all that. Then the other one is incorporating soft skills. I know CP Otensha has talked about the soft skills, Nathan has talked about the soft skills. So what are we doing, or rather what are learning institutions doing to be able to incorporate soft skills in their programs? So the first one is we incorporate communication, heavy assignments. We, students or the young professionals are going to be given assignments and they are expected to make presentations, right? At the end of the day, we want to improve the communication skills for those particular young professionals. We promote group projects and team-based learning. out of working in groups, we are able to improve our soft skills, offering leadership and mentorship opportunities for students. In the academic world, we have associations. Somebody talk about the Accounting Students Association. In the university where I come from, we have that association where we have mentorship from the industry leaders. They get to get mentored. We have courses on leadership, etc. Engaging students in workshops, seminars, and extracurricular activities that are focused on soft skill development. Can we clap for BK because they have done that for us today? I think by so doing, they are also building our soft skills, right? Then we have alumni, leveraging alumni networks and mentorship programs. What is the role of alumni? They share their experience and knowledge. Remember, these alumni have finished. They are in the industry, they are practicing as accountants, finance professionals. So by having that network with the alumni, the institutions are able to get experience, and the students will tap on that experience from the alumni. These alumni also provide real-world insights into career and job prospects. Somebody talks about your network is your net worth. So I don't know, I'm believing but that by the end of today, you will at least have increased your net worth, right? Myself, of course, I've already increased with my co-presenter here and other presenters in the room. So your network is your net worth. So the universities are leveraging on the alumni networks, because that way, now they are able to get the real life experience, add value to the education that is provided by the learning institutions. Then the other bit is review of curriculum. Institutions engage in review of curriculums after every 3 years or less, so that they are able to update their curriculum, so that they are delivering content that is relevant and that is at par with the emerging trends in the market, So when review of curriculum is being done, stakeholders are involved. For example, I've given CPA, ACCA, CIFA, all industry experts are brought on board, so that at least the curriculum reflects the emerging trends. Some finance program will teach skills in Python, R, machine learning, financial modeling, and forecasting, so that by the time the graduates are exiting the academic institutions, they have the requisite knowledge that they can apply in the job market. You find that institutions or learning institutions, they are embracing ESG, investing principles reflecting modern investment technologies. So that is what the institutions are doing to ensure that we are trying to minimize the gap. Are we together? If not eliminating. So what is the way forward? What next? What are we telling ourselves? That minding the gap is not just about, okay, can we all of us say that I'm a teacher by profession? So can we read that, all of us? It is about building a bridge. Oh, the photo displays somebody who has accidentally fallen off a cliff, right? So we are saying, as we are minding this gap, it's not about avoiding the fall, but it is about building a bridge. So what is this bridge are we talking about? We need to build a bridge between knowledge and application. It is our role as professionals to build that bridge between academic theory and real world practice. That is our another bridge. Then we are saying between what finance used to be and what it is rapidly becoming. Thank you so much. So I think we can take questions. I don't know whether that is in order.
Yes, that's so much in order. Okay. Let's appreciate our presenters. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Once again, let's appreciate Daktari and Daktari. Upande huu, do we have anyone with a question? We have 2. Then this side. 1. And this side. We okay. Good. So we can start with question number 1. If you don't mind, you can stand. You start with your name in order for us to pick that right.
Thank you so much. Once again, my name is Kevin Gedhuko. I'm a journalist by profession, but I'm learning so much here. I do business reporting for different companies, so it's a really good pleasure for me to just learn. So thank you so much, Dr. Nathan and Dr. Caroline, on addressing some of these gaps. So obviously, I'm going to ask my question around the communication gap, because that's what has been troubling us in the world of business reporting a lot. I know we are headed towards a time when the country is going to, the CS for finance, Treasury is going to read the budget, and it's going to be interpreted in very many ways. There will even be people confusing the masses on some of the critical elements in that budget. So what, and I'm glad Dr. Caroline talked a bit about what the institution is doing, but from your point of view, what are people in ministries, departments, and agencies doing to equip, one, their PR officers, because as journalists we get some of this communication through them, but also to the media professionals, because I want to be able to communicate something in a very simple and clear way, but without distorting or leaving out some of the these very critical elements. Number 2, KRA recently, some time ago announced some tax amnesties, and I think they gave up to June 30th for people to, clear outstanding liabilities by waiving the penalties and interest on tax debts, etc. So one of the qualifications therein was, not qualifications per se, but the process was to log into the iTax account system. So this is very technological for people or somebody who's running a business somewhere deep in my village. They are very good at their business. They are running their business swiftly, but they have absolutely no idea what iTax is or what some of these things are. So what would you advise perhaps the ministries, departments, and agencies of this country, and especially people in the Revenue Authority to, to do to be able to make sure that this information is, one, available to the people outside the cities, and number 2, that they're able to actually access? Is there even some sort of, a leverage perhaps for people who don't know how to use these machines? I know here we are speaking a language for professionals and the things that most professionals in this room are expected to do, but I'm thinking from the mind of somebody perhaps who's down there and who needs that kind of assistance. Thank you so much. Those are my 2 questions.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ezekiel Munguti, a proud economics student at KCA University. And from what Dr. Caroline has just presented right now, I would like first of all to appreciate you for the wonderful and insightful presentation. So from what you just presented, it has that more than 67% of the, let me say the industry part, are not satisfied with the workforce or the kind of that they are gaining in relation to what they expect, and highlighted the role of institutions in filling that, on bridging that gap. And in the several connections, from my point of view, I'll say that most of them in terms of community in terms of aspects, giving heavy payments, in terms of things like project presentations, maybe alumni networks. I can say that most of them are happening. But from the other side, we have other key aspects, more so in the area of collaboration between institutions and the industry. So you have said institutions are doing that. So from your knowledge, Dr. Caroline, so do you really think that this is happening across the institutions? And if not, because I've seen it's really a very good plan, if it's not happening, what are some of the steps that you can take to ensure that at least it's taking place in across many institutions within the country? Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ruth McKenna. I am a third year finance student and also a CPA student on the side. So my question is, Dr. Caro and Dr. Nathan have talked about industry collaboration with the academia, and you've told us to equip ourselves with skills, soft skills, AI skills. Well, the problem is here. We have done the degrees, we have done the computer packages, but then when you go to the industry, even getting an attachment is a problem. And when you get that attachment, they don't give you a chance to practice on those skills. You become an errand boy. Unatumwa chai, unatumwa enda photocopy. Like what are they going to do to ensure I am also learning? I'm not just there because they called me for an attachment.
Right. I think we can allow them respond to that, unless there is one last person that has been left behind. All right. Okay.
Okay, thank you. I'll try and respond to the first question from the journalist. That we're in a period of budget process making, and we know what happened to finance bill 20 what? 23, right? Now we're in 20 what? 24, right? And what is the role because of the ministry in trying to ensure that maybe collect message or information comes to the public? Now, one thing from my perspective, budget process and all these taxes is not purely a finance issue. It's not only a finance issue. It's not only a legal issue. It's also largely political. Because it's in the act, it's in the budgeting process, it will influence which resources go to where. So one thing we cannot avoid, sometimes the hijacking of politicians on whichever side to feed their narrative. But probably as institutions, as the ministry, as academia, as professions, we should probably try engage more with the public and even as the media, because sometimes also the media is the one which gives all these players the forum to air their views, so that at least there is some form of balanced reporting, so that the person there in the remote village can really understand what these projections or these proposals on a budget are. Because more often than not, we leave this to the politicians, who most of the times are the ones who are given airtime in these media houses. And of course, a politician will speak what goods for him or in the budget or what's bad, depending on whichever side. So I think we can do much as an institutions, maybe as universities, as colleges, even as audit firms, because you can have forums to educate people. Sometimes could be online, could be on the media, we are given these opportunities, but more important is to ensure that a lot of public awareness from now an objective persons, because most of the times those who get the airtime are either on this side or on the other side, so they may not actually give what is correct. So yes, there is that role. Maybe institutions have not done much enough, but progressively it's a collective role among us to ensure that, because we are experts, I'm sure we know so much or if you get the act on that proposals, you can read and understand so much than the mama mboga there. So anytime there's an opportunity, we can do that. So even us as students, we have some role, however minimal it is, to ensure that the correct information passes. Now, maybe I can address the fourth question, which was I don't know how. What's the fourth question? I noted. Yes, it was about meaningful engagement. Yes, sometimes there are the industry or there are collaborations, there are internships, but from the reports you are getting, or sometimes you may not be given. You know, sometimes maybe an audit firm or a company may issue advertisements for maybe internships. What I would say as a student, because at some point in my life I've done the filing, and you may not necessarily be able to dictate what roles will be given at you when an opportunity comes. But I believe progressively, from the simple assignments that you can given in an internship position, you can probably try to request for more in a very courteous and friendly. If you have been told to file the file, you go file the files and probably say, is there anything else I can do? Because now you may not be able to know what the organization wants at the point of advertisement. But now you are there. Before maybe something else comes in, you do that. It's from you filing those files. Someone will notice that this is actually a very organized person, and maybe probably there is sport. In fact, in this life, some of the small things are the one which counts. Over and above that, of course, I wish there are more stronger collaborations and meaningful engagement. But the reality is, at the point of engagement, you may not really tell what the assignment will be. Yet you can't refuse the assignment if maybe there is nothing on the plate. So you just go, start those filings, but try be aggressive so that at least you can be given morals. But do you know what? Even by mere observation, you learn one or two, probably as more heavy duties are being given to you. I think that's what I can respond on those two questions at the moment.
Thank you so much, Daktari. So basically what Daktari is saying, we start small, right? By doing those small errands, somebody somewhere is watching you. Are we together? Then the next day, the next month, you will get some change of terms of belief. So if you deliver. So there was a question on how people back at the grassroots get to access information on how to log in into the iTax, and yes, that is the question. Fine. So before I answer this, maybe I'll ask a question. All of us, we get access to the auditor's report, right? The government, the general auditor's report, the one for the government, right? Have we ever read that report? Do our mothers, our grandmothers, our people back at home, do they read the report? Sometimes back, they were making an advert about what the Auditor General do, and they were doing it in Swahili. Did you look at that? They were explaining the process in Swahili. And for your information, that report has been also translated into Swahili. So as I was thinking about this question, I'm asking myself, if KRA could summarize how to get into the iTax system, and they are going to translate that into the various languages, and then those adverts run in our local radio or television stations. Don't you think we will reach to those people? That is some solution that I'm thinking about. Like KRA should do some write-up, translate the process of getting into the iTax, make their announcements in local dialect. And that way, if they run those adverts in the vernacular radio stations or televisions, I believe even those people who did not go to school will be able to do one or two things. That is the answer that I have for that. I don't know whether Dr. Nathan could add, but that is what I've thought about. Then the other one is on collaborations. One person has asked about collaborations, and of course institutions name withheld. We don't want to ask which institution is not having collaborations, but what we are saying is collaborations do exist. Maybe you're not able to pick it from your end, but the advice that I would give is in the learning institutions, you have the professional associations, right? Professional associations, like we would have finance association, we could have accounting associations. So we could start small and start there. Like when you are having your activities, ensure you invite the industry to the activities that you're doing, and by so doing, slowly you're able to form collaborations, which the university, if they are not having them, they will realize that those collaborations are important. So I think that is what I have. Thank you so much. Back to you, MC.
You can do better than that. You can do better than that. Let's appreciate them. Let's appreciate them. Let's appreciate them. Let's appreciate them. Thank you so much. I don't know what's your takeaway. I don't know what's your takeaway from that. But as you think of your takeaway, I would like to now welcome Tijo to take us through the next process, which I believe you are also going to enjoy. And these are the platforms that you get to, get opportunities that other people cannot get. And from this point, I want us to also listen, and your takeaway is also very important. Maybe let me take one takeaway as Tijo comes in. Who has a takeaway from that presentation that we've just had? Who has a takeaway? Okay, so you start with your name, all right? Okay, so you can just stand up.
Good afternoon. My name is Joe Mark Moteri, a second year, going to third year student at Kenyatta University. My main takeaway from the session, specifically from our lecturers, is that there's a gap, and we should acknowledge that there's a gap, and personally, or each and every one of us, should take a personal initiative to be able to bridge the gap, so that we do not blame other people for not bridging the gap, as whereas us as ourselves, we are not helping in bridging the gap.
Wow, let's appreciate Joe. It happens that you have another Joe here. Welcome so much, Tijo. Let's welcome him on stage. Let's welcome him on stage. Thank you so much.
Naomba nisaidie tuangalie some few things written here. Okay. Do we have another mic? So one of the comments that has come is, how safe are accountants in this AI generation? In other words, naka kuna mtu hapa amekula mwata. Then another one is, my take is that I should be an individual of agile mindset. Niliona wewe ni mhenga. Agile amaanisha nini?
Agile, it means you're adaptable. You can change with the changes that come in.
Naam. Mwingine naye akasema, an agile mindset allows you to get out of your comfort zone to learn and grow. Kuna mtu hapa ameandika lori.
Anasema, machine cannot outface us.
Anasema machine ishindwe. Ishindwe kabisa.
Machine cannot outface us.
Okay, amekataa, amebind.
Lakini ningependa pia kuwa na pingamizi. Anaposema kwamba machine haiwezi, it cannot outface them. The question is, when you're going to study, do you use AI or use your brain?
Tafakari ya babu. Tafakari ya babu. Mwingine akasema, my take home is that the future is
digital. So collaborate with AI, don't fight it.
Kwa hivyo ule alisema hatuwezi shindwa, amepatiwa jibu lake. Mwingine akasema nini hapa?
It's a learning experience to understand the importance of having technical skills and soft skills. Thank you.
Akasema shukran. Be open to learning new skills and be up to the task. Okay. Sawa. Huyu ameandika katika herufi kubwa kabisa.
The future of finance is digital.
Ethics.
Kuna the marketing engineer hapa.
Is the suspect ambaye aliandika hapa. Okay, sasa. I should have an agile mind. Alafu kuna mtu hapa aliandika communication skills, adaptability and innovation, problem solving skills. Alafu technical amesema nini?
Amesema kuna amesema data analysis, financial modeling, budgeting and
forecasting.
Lakini kidogo hapo kwa forecasting. You know, it's very important. I've been touched by that, budgeting and forecasting. As much as you're doing your budgeting, it's also important to know the future aspects that it comes with, right?
Kwa hivyo, and I want to believe that forecasting works hand in hand with what we call big data. Na hapa tukaongea mambo ya analytics. It's where you are able to do so much of forecasting. Nadhani iko hapo. Scenario planning. Wengine wakaita what if analysis. Majina mengi haya. Then the future of finance is digital, implementing
AI
in finance. Kuna mwingine hapa anasema yake lazima isomwe.
Lazima isomwe. Anasema kwamba with the help of human beings and AI we are able to amplify strengths and achieve more.
And achieve more.
Lakini swali langu kwa hili amesema kwamba we are able to achieve more. Swali langu ni kwamba kuna wale ambao wamekuwa kifuatilia. There is this man, I'm forgetting his name. He has been working with X. He has been working with X and he had to withdraw from working with X, saying that he realized that sometimes when they were coming up with the robots, he realized that the robotics were now better than them in thinking and doing everything.
Kuna mtu anauliza ni ex girlfriend, ex boyfriend?
Kuna mtu anauliza ni ex boyfriend ama ex girlfriend. Sio kati ya hiyo bali ni ex ya the former Twitter.
Thank you so much. Then the how is digital. No, the now is digital. Adopting of AI and
automation in daily tasks.
In daily tasks. That's a very helpful
lesson. I have a challenge for this. Don't worry about me. When you're depending so much on AI, and I would like to pose this question to CPA attention. When you talked about adapting AI and automation in daily tasks, don't you feel, it's a rhetorical question, answer it within yourself, don't you feel that it has made our generation become so lazy in thinking and taking tasks personal? It's a rhetorical question. Think about it. Tunaweza achia hapo.
Nadhani AI iko sawa kabisa. Wapi nduru za AI?
Niache uzembe. Stop depending so much
on AI. We don't replace that with our thinking ability.
Kabisa.
Sasa naona nizamu ya kupokeza mmoja wetu zawadi hapa. Wahenga wakasema asiye na wake aelekee jiwe. Natumai kila mtu atapata zawadi hapa. So swali hili ni mboga kabisa. A trial balance is used for, ukipata utapata kalamu courtesy of B and K. Kuna jibu hapo. Okay. Naam.
A trial balance is
Kwanza unaweza sema jina lako kamili.
Mwema Mariam.
Unaweza simama Mwema tukuone.
Kwa majina naitwa Mwema Mariam. Mimi ni mwanafunzi wa BCom. Trial balance inatumika ku establish whether debit na credit zinalingana.
Zinalingana. Those in agreement say I. Those of the contrary say A. Of course it's A and I. Now, wacha nitazame ile jibu. Hakuna aliyezungumza hapa. So wale ambao wanasema amepata hilo jibu, inua mkono wako, wacha tuone. Wale wanasema amenoa kwa sababu unataka t-shirt. No, ni kalamu tuwapatiana sasa. Inua mkono kama amepata. Sijui nikuje kwa Dr. Carol. Unaona amepata, amenoa. Amesema trial balance is used for checking whether the debits and the credits are equal.
Naona ako sawa.
Naona ako sawa. So jibu kamili ni wacha tuone, unaweza tusomea hapa jibu kamili. Answer ni ba.
Check that debits equal credits. Tumpongeze.
Aha. So Daktari CPA Nathan, naomba tafadhali uje uweze kumpokeza zawadi.
Tumpongeze anapopokea zawadi yake, anapotunukiwa. Tunaweza fanya zaidi ya hayo, msiwe hivyo jamani.
Aha. Sasa pokea kwa tabasamu. Shukran. Daktari, thank you. Now, wacha tuende swali lingine, a very easy one. And yule ambaye atapata Naomi mahali, mwambie namtafuta kwa uti na uvumba. Namtafuta kila mahali. Now, the next question is, what is the correct order of the accounting cycle? I'm going to give you 4 items. Alafu kutoka hapo utaniambia which is the correct order. Wale ambao wako na kalamu na karatasi, ukitaka unaweza nakiri haya. Nadhani huyu pia tunapaswa kuzindikisha na pesa. Tuongeze pesa ama iwe kalamu peke yake? Aha. Baada ya chakula cha mchana, we have very good offers here. Kwa hivyo hii tuli. Okay, now these are the items ambazo unafaa kuandika. There's a course that is coming for bookkeeping and we shall be talking about that very soon. So andika haya. Number 1, preparation of financial statements. Umeandika hiyo? That's number 1. Number 2, prepare trial balance. Number 3, post to the ledger. Number 4, adjust. Number 5, journalize. Number 6, close. Aha. Tuko pamoja? Number 1 ilikuwa gani? Prepare financial statements. Number 2? Sorry, number 2 ilikuwa? Prepare trial balance. Number 3? Post to the ledger. Number 4? Adjust. Number 5? Number 6? Close. Aha. Kwa hivyo wacha tuone kama kuna hilo pengo. There is that gap. So Dr. Nathan, CPA, Dr. Carol, CPA, and of course Dr. Incoming, CPA Hortensia, nyinyi ndio ambao mtaweza kutazama kama tumepata. Hebu tuane. Nani ambaye amepata hilo jibu? How do you flow those from end to end? Tunataka kuona kama kuna gap between the boardroom and the classroom. Aha. Tafadhali njoo hapa. Aha. You okay? Aha. You can face the audience. Aha. So, wacha tusikie wakaguzi wetu, mko tayari? Aha, naona marking scheme yaandaliwa pale. Okay, they are preparing the marking scheme. Okay, so the first one is?
The first one is to journalize.
The first one is to journalize. Now, our marking team, please. Aha. Amesema ya kwanza ni journalize. Number 2?
Post to the ledger.
Number 2, post to the ledger. Wow. Number 3?
Post to the trial balance.
That is prepare the trial balance. Number 4?
Adjust.
Adjust. Number 5?
Prepare the financial statement.
Prepare the financial statement. Number 6?
You close.
You close. Wale ambao wanasema amepata simama. Tunataka kuona kama there is a gap. Daktari na daktari, Nathan, Dr. Nathan, Mwenda, Dr. Carol, tafadhali, tazameni. We want to see whether there is a gap. Wale ambao wamesimama, sijui kama ndio wamenoa, ama wale wameketi ndio wamenoa, sijui. Aha, we want you to post to us the marking scheme. Mmoja wenu anaweza tusomea marking scheme. Sijui kama kuna marking scheme hapa. Aha. Nani ako tayari kutusomea? Tuone kama wale wamesimama watahaibika ama ni wale wameketi ambao watahaibika. Is there a gap between the boardroom and the classroom? Aha, naona Daktari Hortensia, the chairperson of AWAC, ako tayari.
First we are recording, adjusting and posting and closing. Is that or no? So this is one. Oh, sorry, it's generalize. Post to the ledger. Prepare the trial balance. Then adjust. Prepare financial statements. And then close.
Wale ambao wamesimama wamepata. Wapi nduru zao? Wale ambao hawajasimama, tafadhali salimia jirani yako kama hajasimama. Mwambie ukichelewa utampata mwana si wako. Aha. Sawa. So Dr. nani? Dr. Carol sasa aje. Naomi uwe tayari. Niko next with you. Wapi zawadi? Wapi zawadi? Ndio hiyo zawadi. Kwa niaba ya wale wote ambao walikuwa wamesimama, pokea zawadi. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, I would like to invite on stage Naomi Glow, tafadhali. I know there's something B and K is doing in the month of June. Tungelitaka kusikia yapi haya ambayo yanajiri.
All right. So some of you may already know, in the month of June, that's starting tomorrow, we have an ongoing offer on all our programs. For those who are not aware, BNK Auditors offers professional practical trainings in bookkeeping, taxation, advanced accountancy, and audit. So these trainings last, the durations vary depending on which program you are taking. Taxation is the shortest. It has 2 modules only, costs 5,000 shillings. Each module goes for 2,500 shillings. Taxation lasts about a week or 2 weeks maximum. This is if you're taking daily classes. Now, for the month of June, we have an offer running from the 1st to the 10th of June. This is for all new trainees who will register for any of our programs. You will get a 10% discount if you do register between 1st and 10th of June. Tomorrow. Tonight, midnight.
So the registration starts at midnight?
Yes, the registration opens tonight, midnight, and will run up to 10th midnight. So take your funds out, but for us it's not really that long of a process. It's just as easy as giving us a call on our office number. One of our marketing team members will take your call, get your details, and then register you with the next cohort of the class. So it's just as easy as you making a call or visiting our offices in Ngara. We are along Chambers Road. The building name is Githinji Investment House, 4th floor, suite number 403. So the requirements are basic. I understand this crowd is mostly made up of CPS, accountants, or students taking accountancy courses. So that is the requirement. As long as you have a background in accounting, you can register or start any of our programs. That is taxation and bookkeeping. Advanced accountancy and audit, them being advanced programs, they can only be taken if you have at least 2 years of experience working as an accountant, or if you have completed our bookkeeping course. So I understand that for a majority of this crowd, I'm going to expect a lot of applications, especially for our bookkeeping program. Actually, our bookkeeping program is our biggest program, if I can call it that. This is because it has the most number of modules. This basically gives you all the practical skills that a basic accountant has or has acquired over the period of working as an accountant in any firm that there is. So the training in bookkeeping lasts somewhere between 4 to 6 weeks. And the training schedules are flexible to match your availability. So the classes can be fixed to match your specific availability, be it evening classes, Saturday classes. Yes, our training team will avail themselves as per your availability.
Someone is asking, I've already gone through CPA. Right. Probably I've already done part 1, part 2, part 3. Or or I'm in part 2 or I'm in BCom. Why must I attend the course? Ilhali yale yote ambayo mnaenda kufunza nayajua.
Right. So we actually get that a lot. And thank you so much, Joe, for mentioning that. So we do understand that even in the degree program, you will have your degree and you'll be a CPA, but you know everything there is to be known about an accountant, but you know it in theory, right? Am I right? Yes. Most of you know everything, but in theory. So the moment you're given a laptop and some files and you need to do some I think you can mention some things about accountancy. You need to do some financial reporting or payroll or just something simple like, yes, preparing a payroll. You do know it in theory, but you've never actually done it practically. So that is the experience that we give you. We give you actual files with actual data that you'll be able to work on for you to basically practice your skills. And that is how we can tell the difference between, a beginner of the program and somebody who has finished the whole entire program. Because by the time you're done, your experience or the skill sets you have acquired will actually be similar to that of an accountant who's been working in a firm for 2 years. The experience that you acquire and the skills you'll acquire working or learning with us throughout the 2 months, I would say, because it lasts between 4 to 6 weeks, is equivalent to that of an accountant who's been working for 2 years. And we give you a certificate upon graduation and a letter of recommendation. We also have slots for internship and attachment for individuals who still need some, practice space or some time to just, continually practice their skills. We offer some internship programs whereby, you get to practice exactly what you were taught in the sessions, and then you actually get to do it for our clients, and you get paid as well, so there's that.
Why didn't you have such kind of a program when I was pursuing my CPA? Kwa sababu most of you who have had an opportunity of going out there for practicals, I used to work in the bank, one of the banks, called the Novana Bonglas, I won't say which one, several years back. And you find, okay, not only that, several institutions, when people go for attachment, sometimes you might not be attached to a department that is going to help you practice. I'm sure some of you have gone as an attachee to an organization that you thought you were going to get practical experience. Unapatiwa kazi ya messenger, wengine wanapatiwa mambo ya cleaning, wengine wanapatiwa mambo ya filing, just to name but a few. But here you are getting the real deal. Angalia jirani yako, muulize, when are you going to sign up? And is it a must that people come to the office, or we have a desk out there where those interested indicate their intention?
Right, so for the interested individuals who would like to register for our programs, you will see a registration desk at the entrance. You will go and write down your names, email and phone number, and we will get back to you once we get back to office after Madaraka Day, that's on Tuesday, and then we'll now plan with you on the most convenient time that works for you for when you can begin your classes.
Wow, what an opportunity, what an organization. Let's appreciate BA. Rarely we do get such kind of opportunities. I have one more for you.
All right.
Rarely we do get such kind of opportunities from any practitioner out there, because this is a company that is already doing what you'd like to do. They're giving you an opportunity to learn practical. They're also giving you opportunities for attachment. I like what they talked about in Nakumat. At BNK, you need it, they got it. Sawa, tuko pamoja? Now, kuna chakula ambacho tutapata leo?
Yes.
Is there anything prepared for us?
Yes, we have a whole buffet downstairs. So prepare your stomachs, your appetites. I think Joe will tell us when we are ready to break for lunch. But when we are, once he gives us the cue, we will just go downstairs. There is a buffet set up right at the entrance. You will just see it. There'll also be ushers around to guide you where you'll be able to get your plates and all that. So please do eat to your fill. For wale wenye watashiba, you can carry takeaways for you and your family and your dogs.
Goodness sake. Yeah. Tuko sawa, tuko sawa. Hey.
As in to our field. Once again, a round of applause for B&K. We still have you around. I know we've had a very hot panel, and the first person to present was called Hortensia. So I'm going to give all our panelists an opportunity, just 30 seconds, to do your parting shot. And after that, Glo, if you don't mind, we shall be ready with the gifts. Yeah.
Okay, so we shall start with a CPA, Dr. Hortensia. You have your 30 seconds of parting remarks.
Can do it from here. Thank you so much. I've also learned from my other panelists. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much, B&K, for having me on board. To the rest of us, this is the time. Don't wait until you clear that degree. Can hear some of us are doing our degree. Don't wait until you finish that CPA. You can remember AI, do the softwares, do the Excel, do the QuickBooks, do them now. And B&K has already said that they have programs that you can do. Don't wait. I was really touched by that lady who said that you're sent to do photocopying. It's really sad. But now you really have to prove yourself. If you're given to do that, the little work you're given and you're still not up to task, you still now kesho utaenda photocopy. So come and learn. Thank you.
Wapi nduru zake tafadhali, makofi. Next is Dr. Nathan Mwenda, CPA and advocate.
Okay, thank you. Mine is very short. One, let me say, the fact that you took the initiative to come here, that warms my heart. Secondly, the initiative to mind the gap is yours. So take initiative to mind the gap. Sawa sawa. And of course, okay, sawa sawa. That's okay.
Thank you. I've been given 30 seconds, right? So thank you everyone for taking time to come and listen. I know your colleagues, your friends are somewhere doing other things, but you chose to sacrifice. So my parting shot is the journey of bridging the gap begins now. Are we together? The journey begins now. Thank you.
The journey begins now. Fine. Now, to help us to appreciate our speakers better, I'll call again Gloria, if you don't mind. Yes.
So, of course, for everybody who now knows B&K, nobody comes to our farm and leaves empty-handed. Hata kama ni kikombe ya maji utapewa. So, I have some small tokens of appreciation to our amazing speakers. As a thank you for your time, your dedication today. It means much more to us than you know, and we truly appreciate your presence here today. So I will start with CPA Hortensia. That was a long run. Next, we have Dr. Kimutai. And finally, Dr. Nathan. All right, Joe, you can take over.
Once again, another round of applause for our great session 1 panelists. We truly appreciate you. Good. Hayawi. Now, we seek your indulgence. Would like to do an extra 25 minutes before we go for lunch. Ndio iweze kuiva kabisa, especially nyama choma. Liambo ikiiva kabisa inakuwa sawa. Ambia jirani yako, granted. Thank you so much for that. Now, we have our final speaker this morning. Would not like to keep him further after lunch. So if you don't mind, you can take a few minutes and take us through the topic. Now, I bring to us a CPA who is currently a campus director at KCA University, Kitengela campus. He's also a senior lecturer in accounting and finance at the School of Business at KCA University. He's an expert with vast experience in accounting and financial reporting, and he was co-opted as a council member of the Kenya National Examination Council, that is NEC, between the year 2019 and 2022. The CPA, Daktari, that I'm about to bring up on stage, also doubles up as one of the panel of experts in accounting and financial reporting at the Institute of Certified Public Accountant, and are trained upon request on financial reporting, are trained upon request on financial reporting in many institutions, among them ISPAC and the Kenya School of Government. Daktari is a PhD degree, has a PhD degree in Business Administration Finance option from the JKUAT, Masters of Business Administration from KU, Bachelor of Business Management from Moi University, is a certified public accountant through KASNEP, and is also a full member in good standing of ISPAC. He has further taken short courses in theology from the World Bible College. Finally, he started his career as both as an accountant and assistant lecturer on part-time basis in various colleges within Nairobi. He was an accountant with Nationwide. Credit between 2007 and 2009, and thereafter joined Health and Water Foundation, Pluto Security Limited between the year 2010 and 2011. He started his professional lecturing career as a part-time tutor for professional courses in various colleges in Nairobi, as well as the Kenya Polytechnic, now called the TUK. In 2006 and 2009 and 2010 and also 2011 respectively, before joining the Kenya College of Accountancy as an assistant lecturer in the School of Professional Programs. He later was appointed as a full-time lecturer at the School of Business in the same university. Alongside lecturing in class, he is an online presenter of CPA materials in collaboration with Manifested Publishers Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, CPA Dr. Spotter, Fred Ochogo.
Good afternoon. Let me ride on the past protocols that must have been given. Once again, good afternoon. Yes. You know, sometimes when you're introduced and you even ask yourself, am I the one actually? Sometimes the introduction is too long than myself. Eh? No, one of those things I love most is when I go to a place and maybe sometimes they don't really know that you are the one. And sometimes it's good that way. For those who may have seen me on online, CPA materials and all that, and sometimes you wonder, where can I get this person? And maybe the name, you may think that this is a very huge person or very tall, and you have so many imagination about the person bearing this particular name. But now you have confessed to yourself that this is me, and God has blessed me this level. I really appreciate the invite that was given by B&K. I'd really appreciate that again, because having an opportunity to speak to young accountants is not just a 1+1. Sometimes they have to take their time to understand the person who they're inviting to make a presentation. So I will try as much as possible to use the shortest time so that I can be able to release you for lunch. You know, something very interesting, when you stand, I'm the person standing between you and lunch. Very challenging. I'm even worried whether you'll all concentrate, because you have been told about a buffet, you have been told about nyama choma. Then I'm wondering, really, why did you tell them that? Because I don't know whether they will concentrate. But it's okay. I'll try my level best. And whatever that I wanted to make a presentation for more than an hour, I'll reduce it to 20 minutes. God help me. As they are trying to do the presentation, just to the presentation, I came early and I could hear my colleagues really doing very good work as their presentation was, and really appreciate them for the kind of duty they did. Because actually, some of those discussions they have are discussions that I could also want to start with. But now, they have actually come ahead of me, and that's very good. I think even when Jesus was coming, they were saying that there's somebody who is preparing our way, right? Who was that? John, right? John the Baptist. I don't know whether I'm Jesus, I'm not. But I'm just saying anyway that it's important. My colleagues have spoke the same language that I'm likely to use, and that means that we are trying to insist on what exactly is supposed to be done. I actually stand from the point of one student who stood up and said, you know what? I go to an attachment and instead I'm given to do your what did you say? Errand boy or girl. You know, I've got an opportunity of going for assessing students on attachment in various organizations, very many organizations. Some of them, you know, Britain-based, American-based companies that are in Kenya. Visited there, and sometimes we get very good reports. Sometimes we receive very good reports of our students who are on attachment. But in some cases, I've received some discouraging reports, whereby even sometimes an employer says, I actually don't want to see that student. I'm really praying that the 3 months ends like tomorrow. You can imagine. So sometimes I try to look for a way of talking to the student. I will not now release the same information directly to that particular student, because it can really affect the performance of that student. So sometimes we ask ourselves, what do these employers need? Yeah, this one is a new one, the one I've been using. Okay, we'll want to look at a few things, and I want this session to be as interactive as much as possible. We want to look at what the job market is really saying. What do they want? What do employers want, honestly? And some of you must have really worked, or they have got an attachment. Let me just ask, who has worked before? Just you raise your hand. You have worked, or you have got an attachment or an internship or something. You have just worked in an office setup. Aha, good. That's a good number. And you have worked in an office, imagine. My first ever job where I was earning 2,300 something, it was just a casual job where I was a tailor. You can imagine, in between, in my campus life, I become a tailor. But you see, you have worked in an office setup. So clap for yourselves. So then, come on. We are going to ask ourselves, what if you are an internal auditor in an organization? What is expected of you? Because what we have noted that our students are normally not ready for the job market. They just get there and you know what? They want to behave as students throughout, even when they're in the job market. They are not ready to showcase that they are equal to the task. Maybe sometimes this accounting tech that we have been introduced to, we have been introduced to my AI, the Power BI, we have the BI, which we have many that are coming, accounting techs that are coming, but they may fail, you know, the ERPs of this world, they may fail. We want to look at the soft skill showdown a little, but that one I would really try to reduce because I've seen you have done some before I came in. Then startup simulator, we want to look at an accounting firm. Then we look at the portfolio challenge. Then how you need to build your brand. Then the digital workplace, this is really key because where we are heading to is the digital. This one now, okay, fine. Now, what the job market is really saying, you know, beyond books, what do employers need beyond books? I know some of you have been involved in learning about Introduction to Accounting. Introduction to Accounting 1, Introduction to Accounting 2, Financial Accounting, Advanced Financial Accounting, those kind of things. Taxation 1 and 2, these universities sometimes they really choke us with these things. Taxation Accounting 1, Taxation 2, Taxation 3, I'm told even there, I was in another university where we had Taxation 1, Taxation 2, Advanced Taxation 1, Advanced Taxation 2. That's too much. You realize that you're even repeating the same things that you did in Taxation 1, right? So what do these employers need? I want you to be in just small groups. I'm giving you just 1 minute. Maybe the way you are seated in those rows, the way you are seated, just consult to one another. What do these employers need? And some of them are here. Some of them are in front of you to information. What do they need? For those who have maybe worked in an organization, you have a better advantage than those who have not worked. What do they need? One, you'll select one to respond. Another mic, just a mic, kindly mic. 1 minute is almost over. What do they need? A quick one. Where do we start from? Yeah, we just go that way without. So we start from this end here. What do they need? And some of them are in front of you. Just look at them. You don't have a solution for that. Look at them and imagine, what do you think they always require from you beyond books?
Hello everyone. My name is Mary from KCA University. For the question what the employers need, I think employers need someone with experience, someone who has worked somewhere else or has practical experience. I think they just try to evade the part of training you again and they're paying you. So they want you to have that experience first, that practical experience.
Thank you. Meaning, they don't want to incur a cost of training you further, right? They just want you directly from the university, from wherever you get to the job and you're able to do it without being given. Very good. Clap for her. I believe she's representing 6 of them, right? The other 5. Right. The next. Please write somewhere. They are avoiding the cost of training you.
Hi everyone, I'm Jackie, an economist, third year, multimedia. So other than what she said, I think they also look at the technical skills and also how you apply them, and on top of that, communication skills. Yeah, you need to be flexible.
Skills, communication skills. Record that one down. Very good. Another group, yeah.
Good afternoon again. I think what employers are looking for is value. What value are you bringing to the firm? Value can be the skills that you're bringing, the experience that you're going to bring to the firm, that is value, the exposure that you have, that is value, and at times employers want you to challenge them just a little bit. That's also value. When you challenge them, you keep them on their toes.
Value addition. What are you bringing on the table? By the way, even real life situation now let me go beyond accounting. Real life situation. When for those who have planning in future that you will want to have a family, sindio? For the men, they want to know, what are you bringing on the table?
You can't coming with beauty. Tutakula beauty. Nothing like that. What are you bringing on the table? We expect you to have beauty with brains. We want to see what are you bringing on the table. That's exactly what the employee also need. What are you bringing on the table? That's number 3. Another one. Yes.
Okay. I don't have to introduce myself again. So there was a time I was doing a mock interview with a HR called Joanne. So she asked me this one question, apart from your degree, what else do you have? Because many people right now have first class, everyone has done CPA. So she asked me, do you have people skills? Do you have leadership skills? Because at the moment, we are all learned, but now we don't know how to relate with each other because we are always on the phone. You can't control a team, you can't manage a group of people. So leadership skills.
Very important. Leadership skills. Clap for her. Leadership skills. Communication. It has been a problem, by the way, even at my campus that I'm a director. Sometimes I accept some of those students for internship or for even attachment. But you always find them, they are all on social media, every time. They have to be reminded that you have to do this, you have not done this. So it becomes a challenge even to renew the internship contract. Because all these 6 months we have given you an opportunity, we have always been reminding you every day that you have not done this, you need to do this. So I wonder if you have on attachment and we have to remind you every time, what if when we employ you permanently? What will you do? Because you will always be sure that there's a salary, right? Communication skills. Avoid these badges every time, social media that you have to post. You know, I see students at the university, and let me use a university that I'm used to, that's KC University. And now, 3 years ago, we didn't have a serious gate, but later they did a very good gate, right? So I've seen students, when they come, the first thing at the gate entrance is a photo. Then after the gate is another photo. They just go another corner, there's another photo. So when they're in class, they're just posting, one by one. Communication skills. Any other group? Yes.
Once again, I'm Ismail Chege. I won't try to answer the question, what do employers want? I'll answer, what do employers need? Personally, I believe they need some kind of like pressure. They need employees around them, some people who are smart, some people who makes them go the extra mile. I am working with leaders. Someone who has been experienced for over 20 years, you find them going back to class, going back to these courses, learning something like emotional intelligence. So my answer is they need someone who keeps them on their toes. Thank you.
Thank you. Clap for him. Clap for him. They want to see whether you are able to absorb pressure and you are able to work in that environment, right? You know, there are some attaches or even interns, I've seen even in our workplace, they're given a little pressure. You find them with the tears every evening. You know, what is it? There's too much work here. You know, you don't have emotional intelligence of dealing with these kind of issues at the workplace. Right. Clap for yourself. For the interest of time, let me say that you seem to be knowing what employers need. Then you need to do exactly what the employers need, right? You need to be knowing. You really need to be knowing. But one of those very first one that was very impressive, and that's why we are here, is the employer does not need to train you at an extra cost, which may be too much than even the cost that you paid for school fees for you to work. And that's why maybe B and K are here, are really doing a good job here so that they can introduce you. I must have heard Naomi talk about a training that is starting on 1st June, right? Midnight today, I think. Is it today or tomorrow? Today, right? They want to link that particular gap that has been there between the industry and the academics and the university. So we are moving from theory to practice. Believe you me, most of those lecturers who have taught you or who are even teaching you, they rarely come with a practical invoice and show you. In fact, do you know that some students who clear their university without knowing how an invoice looks like? It's true. I went to assess a student on attachment, and I was told that the first thing you're normally given is to arrange the invoices, whatever, in a file. It's doing filing. And this student was now mixing all the receipts and the invoices. Receipts and invoices and delivery note. You don't know how a delivery note looks like. Very important to know this. So, let me summarize a few, few items. One of them, what the employer need is digital foundation skills. They have been mentioned, I may not go into details. How will you be able to use some of digital platforms? You're able to use internet. You're able to use the AI of this world. Communication, it has been mentioned very well. How do you communicate? By the way, do you know one of the reasons we send you for attachment is to also know how to communicate with colleagues at the office. The way you communicate at the university is not the same way that you're going to use at the workplace. No, the university you say, niaje, mambo, vipi, shere, niaje, form. Is that not what you say? But you go to the workplace, if it were kuna form, kuna shere, there's nothing like that. You should embrace that work etiquette at the workplace. They want, how do you communicate? At one point, I've really received so many interns and new employees who are coming at my place. And maybe they need something, just an equipment, this small equipment we use in the office. And they just want it from my office. And for some reasons, they have realized that I have a visitor at my office. So what this student will do, will just peep and notice that I'm busy with the visitor. Will knock and peep and notice that I'm busy with the visitor. Then when they realize that I'm too busy with the visitor, they will just open, go very fast, pick that equipment and rush out. Is there a problem with that? So one of those things, one of those reasons why we send you for attachment is to know how to communicate, is to know how to communicate with your seniors, even your peers or your colleagues at the workplace. Very important. So communicating, and it must have been mentioned by you very well. Handling information and content. Do you know there are people, when you are working in a place, they will go out there and spill out the beans and say, you know what? That company is making losses. Don't even apply a job there. I saw their financial information. Honestly, they are not doing well as you may think. Yeah? They are making losses. They are doing badly. Yeah? Even the way we are told to work there, and we have been told there's some salary adjustments and all that because of this, that place is terrible. Very important to know how to hold information, which information to release to the public, and how you have to act professionally. Unfortunately, some of the students we have now, they are able to release information to social media without authority from those who should communicate to the public. You are very fast to move out, very fast to communicate in social media that the way you are going through losses at your company. So it's important handling information and content. So the employer will see, are you able to handle information? Able to handle the content of this organization? Because some organizations are built over time to information. Some founders of these organizations, maybe some of them are dead, but some of them are alive. But how they started, they must have really struggled through. But you want to just release any information to the market, and all of a sudden that business comes down, it will be so unfortunate. So they are looking at that. Somebody who can also take over succession planning. Then transacting, how do you transact? Problem solving skills, very important. Being safe online, of course, we have mentioned about this in the process. Just for the interest of time, let me try to move. Okay, now you see, this is some of the skills that I should be getting about this gadget. All right, now it's misbehaving. Okay, fine. A business has a strange cash flow patterns. What 3 actions do you take? It's on groups. I'm giving you 1 minute for the interest of time. What actions do you take? Cash flow patterns, yeah, as a strange cash flow patterns. I don't know how strange they are. Just imagine very fast. I'm trying to test your critical thinking. A business has strange cash flow patterns. What 3 actions do you take? Just in groups, very fast, just 1 minute. Strange. Maybe there were 1 billion, all of a sudden we have a cash flow at the end of the year which is less than 1 million, something like that. Or we used to operate with just thousands, all of a sudden we have billions. Strange cash flow patterns. Some of them are not, maybe some of them, they don't look genuine. In groups, for the interest of time, I'm really checking on time here. Hey, come on. These are some of the things that we'll be learning in the training that will be coming. I want just 3 actions. The details, you'll be getting it from B&K in their program they are launching, I believe. Just 3, but give me 1 from that group. Can we start from here? You must have brainstormed. I'm also trying to test your teamwork skills, right? Are you able to coordinate very fast and get something to say? Okay. Who is ready? Who is ready? Yeah, this team is ready. Yeah, listen to this one.
Good afternoon. My name is Dominic Amosi. I'm a student at Multimedia University pursuing Bachelor of Science in Economics. The first thing is to analyze the problem, yeah, and try to understand what's happening, what's causing this, some strange flow of this pattern, yeah.
Thank you. I think that's very good. Just clap for him. Clap for him once again. Thank you very much. You came from which university? Multimedia University. You see, they're doing a good job. You do analysis. How are we calling this analysis in class? There is a name we have always been using so frequently. Bank reconciliation, right? That's one of the analysis. You do a bank reconciliation and try to see what exactly might have caused this strange cash flows. Maybe it's an error which has been caused by the bank or by one of you. So you carry out a bank reconciliation, an analysis, of course, which would lead to the bank reconciliation. Another one? Another group? This one they have responded. They seem to have something to say. Yes.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Warana Peterson. I'm a student in KCA University. So first, we will try to, or I will try to figure out when this strange cash flow pattern starts to occur. And after that, I will be in a position to know, I will examine that pattern so that I can be able to understand the key action that I should take to solve the problem so that this thing should not repeat itself again in the future. So that's right.
Yeah, thank you very much. You must have heard what he said, right? Remember, I'm a lecturer, I'm a senior lecturer. You must have been told that, right? At the end of this, I'm going to give a cut. So if there was any form of certificate that is likely to be given to you, just be very careful because I will give a cut, and I will mark it myself. Thank you very much. Very good. Any other? Yes.
Hi once again. I'm Rachel from JQuat, currently doing BBIT. So a business has straight cash flow patterns, and as an internal auditor, the actions I would take. One, I would assess the anomalies. What are the problems and stuff? And also the second thing on my side, I would assess the companies or the organization's internal control system and try to find out where the errors and frauds are occurring from.
You must have had, she said 2 items, right? Can you say what she said? Any other person who heard what he said? She said 2 things, right? 1, internal control system, right? 2, detect errors. Errors must have been detected by bank reconciliation, right? But I think the take home from that point is the internal control system. Very important. Any other?
I'll look for a way of increasing the incoming cash flow and reducing the outgoing cash.
Amejaribu, but she has not really hit it because we are saying you have seen strange cash flow patterns. Strange. Maybe they have been increasing all of a sudden and all of a sudden or they have been reducing. Yeah? You want to represent your group? Finally.
My name is Praise Karanja, a student at Kenyatta University. I will mention one point. I think you can have a sit down with some of the heads representing the different sections of the finance or the accounting department or whatever, or the sectors where you have cash inflows or outflows. You can have a communication with them to determine what might have caused it.
Mpigie makofi. Just appreciate her. She has said very important point that I could have said as well. You do interview. You just meet the team that is concerned. You have a discussion. Maybe you can even have a discussion with the payroll accountant. Is there something that you need to know? A discussion with the CFO, the chief finance officer, right? You can have a discussion with the management, the top management. Very important. And lastly, maybe if I could help you, you also have to identify some supporting documents. Is there any documents that you need to analyze and see that may have caused this? Some invoices which are extraordinary or something like that. So those are a few, but we can say for now, but I know we have a lot that you can do in that process. So I know some of you, they know internal audit in class. You have not come close to internal audit in real life situation or just audit in real life situation. These are some of the situations you are likely to find, right? But let me leave it that for the purpose of, for the interest of time. I know you'll be trained if you get into some of these programs, you really be trained a lot, and there will be value for money. You know what I'm saying? One of the interesting discussions that we had some time with my VC and CEO of KCA University, that is Professor Isaiah Wakindiki, is to ensure that we have a compulsory course before you graduate, a compulsory course of 3 months before you graduate, because we realize that we are graduating students and they go, we are told that they are half-baked. But now, B&K have come very fast to rescue the situation, because we really have a problem out here, I can tell you. This one now. Okay, fine. I think I will avoid that for the interest of time, as I must have told you. That was also a practical one. This one I know you know. Describe a time you missed a deadline. How did you handle it? Have you ever missed a deadline? For those who have worked, you know the deadline I'm talking about. But for those who have never gone to any attachment, the deadline is in Yanini, the most common deadlines. Submission of project. Wengine ni submission of assignment. For those who work with the portal, like this university or virtual campus, it has been closed. So the assignment period has been closed. What did you do? Sorry. I think this one is misbehaving. This one is misbehaving. Does it really have these capabilities we are thinking? Yeah? Yes, please. Go back to where I was. Sorry. Go back to where I was. Yeah, this one. Yeah. A deadline. How did you handle it? In groups as well. Very fast. 1 minute. 1 minute, we go for lunch. 1 minute. Now this time round, I start from the other hand, because they have not really communicated to me. In a few, I need to know from this side. You have not said anything. A quick one. 1 minute. 1 minute. All right, a quick one. Let's just have one to represent all of you. One to represent all of you for the interest of time. One to represent all of you. Yes. Let me give this one an opportunity.
Thank you. So this is, we agreed that this is it's a communication issue. Because when you're given a task, the people who have assigned you expect that you're able to perform on time. So if you've missed it, the first thing you need to do is acknowledge. You acknowledge the problem. You say there was an oversight on my side. I apologize, and I am able to perform this. You give yourself, you can even just assure them that you're going to prioritize it and that you'll be able to deliver in the shortest time possible, which could be that day. So for example, if it was needed in the morning, you tell them by close of business today, you'll have this, and then you go for it.
Thank you. Clap for him. Clap for him. Let me tell you one of the problems we have with the Gen Z generation, and where you belong, right? Is that communication that has been said. You missed a deadline, but you don't care, right? You don't care. Say, atadu. You know, I know you must have had that in your mind. Atadu nini, after all, that job I will still go back home, because you have always woken up from your home. You have never missed tea and bread from your home. So you say, okay, fine, I'll go back home and live in that bedroom of your mother. To information, we have a very serious problem. You have to know how to communicate. Some individuals, when I give them assignments at 5, sometimes we test you, by the way. We give you an assignment at 5. You know, at 5 is when you should go home. High chances, and let me tell you, high chances, the 80% of you, I gave you an assignment at 5 p.m. What will you do? You say, I'll start tomorrow. Okay? I'll start with it tomorrow. But a few of you will start attempting it. Will start attempting. And I say this by tomorrow, 7:30, I should have this report on my table. There are those who will start working on that assignment. They will get late. As I was passing by, I realized that you really didn't go home at 5. You went out of your way to give an extra effort to do that particular assignment. But for some reasons, you may not have finished it. The employer is looking for something from you, and that you are ready to be resilient, to go out of your way. So you may have missed a deadline, but the way you communicated and the way your body language will say that honestly it was not deliberate, and we are ready to move on to the next level. But these are some of the things that you need to be trained on in between the university academics and the job market, the industry. Oh, now I think, okay, fine. A quick one. I don't want to go this. This could be an assignment as well, a group work. I wanted to see how you can have a critical thinking very fast to have design a virtual farm, identify the name, the target market, and the accounting service you are likely to give that particular farm. So I may not want to go there, but I know you have been trained about the tools that you are likely to be used. So many of them, as I came in, I heard what you were being told. So I don't need to go there for the interest of time, as I must have said that I'm standing between you and lunch. So we move on to, I may not go there because of time as well. Let me talk about this. What does digital work look like to your work? Digital. What does it look like? You will come to realize, as you must have been told, most of these organizations will be joining the digital. Like actually at, let me say of organization I know very well, KC University, we are going paperless, almost 100%. You come to my office, you don't see any paper. There's no paper. There's no outlet and inlet of that thing that we used to put there. Nothing. It's just a laptop. And everything is done ERP, requisition, so everything is in ERP. Even students, we are requesting them to do what? To always apply everything online, to send their documents for verification online. That's where we are going. So we are going to the level of using apps. And many apps are coming. Like you see now, this Uber that came in and is really taken over. But there are people who have started imitating the Uber app and Bolt and what have you. But you can imagine what it's doing for in the society at the moment. But I know even in my village where Uber has not reached, with the time we'll get there. Then we come, where I come from in my village, we don't have Uber. Somehow we operate. And so advertise to customers digitally. This is where we are. We are doing, you have seen TikToks, okay? You're aware, I don't know about many universities, but those universities I know, they're in TikTok. They have a TikTok account, universities. Are you aware? Go to those, even churches, they have a TikTok account. Churches, they have a TikTok account. That means that TikTok can also be used in a good way, right? For marketing and other stuff. Please help me on that side, because either the battery or something like that. Fine. Why digital skills are important? Why are they important? One of those reasons why they're important is about job adverts. Let me tell you, 82% of job adverts in 2025 were through the websites in this country. Yeah. Leave alone globally, in this country, 82%. That's one of the research that I was doing yesterday, and I noted that 82% of the job adverts are through websites. So you must go to the website and apply. You don't need to take papers to the HR. We don't have those. Then we have digital skills underpin every job role, including accounting skills, accounting work and all that. Essential employment skill. Sometimes an employer will want to see what else do you have other than that CPAs, other than the BCom of this world. What else do you have? What else do you possess? I told you, other than being a lecturer, I'm also a pastor, right? You know, I did theology. But I didn't own a church. I did theology from World Bible College. There's another skill that I can also perform. This means that if we can decide here, we can make it a church today. And I pray for you. I convert some of you to Jesus, right? And then you become saved. Anyway, what else can you perform, right? How can I gain the digital skills I need? There's so many ways, and some of them you must have been told. You know, digital skills for work, you know, you can do this by developing, you know, work and develop the skills to thrive the digital workplace and in life. You can even, in wherever you work or in that organization, you have got an opportunity. You can be able to have what we call hands-on. And by the way, nowadays, even those kids of 1 year old, no, I see 1 year old with a phone, and they're able to navigate and open some of those. Imagine, a 1 year old. They're able to learn how to identify those apps and games and all that. Those are some of the things you can also learn even without going to class, right? User experience, of course, social media, we have said that. User experience, and very important, that's hands-on work. Then web analytics, you can also learn these. You go to some of the webs and you're able to do this analytics business, very important. We also talk about experiences in mobile design, digital marketing. You're able to, you know, some organizations market digitally, and you're able to learn some more in the process. So those are some of the AI. If you go to ChatGPT today, you say, train me how to do an Excel. Yeah? Or give me all the features of an Excel. They'll give you features of an Excel, how to use an Excel. By the way, who knows how to use Excel here? Just Excel. Excel tunajua. Excel. I'm not one of them. You see, we don't know how to use Excel. I think I know maybe 60% of knowing how to use Excel. So I don't brag that I know how to use Excel. Excel is very wide. If you find someone who can be able to use Excel perfectly, believe you me, that person can go places. Excel alone can help you to do even data analysis. Leave alone ESPSS, Stata, and all that stuff. You can do a lot with Excel. You can prepare you can customize the Excel and make it your own system of preparing financial statements. Excel is very wide. So those are some of the skills you should be able to know. You can learn them. Using AI, you can be able to be advised how to do this, how to do that, and what have you. Just, this one is not moving. So what is the next steps? Just as I wind up, one is it's for free. There are some free websites that you can learn some of these digital skills. Visit government websites for digital skills information. Government, when I say government, it's not only Kenya government. Visit all governments if you can. There are so many countries in this world. You can be able to visit them and be able to learn. And of course, even search for jobs there. And you realize some of the requirement they need is your digital knowledge. Do you have any other skills other than the CPA, the BCom of this world, the masters of this world that has come? Do you have any other extra in addition to what your documentation at the university states? Then we have local community websites, you know, notes boards for online and in-person courses. Some of them are very important. We underrate them, but they're very, very important. In my area where I come from, in Nairobi here, we have a neighbor who started robotics and coding for kids. So he started attracting 3 learners, just 3 from 3 neighborhoods, just 3. Because even myself was doubting, what really do you want to do? Then just one day, he approached me and I sent my kids there. And it's only one day. Believe you me, I had to continue paying. Now I say, let me now continue paying. These children should be coming every weekend to your place to do this. Coding and robotics. very important. If you can have, wherever you have that opportunity to learn coding and robotics, it will really take you places. For the interest of time, then of course we say that you speak to your school or college career advisors. We have every university, by the way, they have career advisors. They have every university I know, and even the colleges. You can talk to them. And you have been given an opportunity by B&K to be able to come and consult with them, and they can also advise you on the way to go. So for those few remarks, thank you very much, because I must have told I was standing in between you and lunch, so I've tried my level best to shorten my discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Let's appreciate him once again. Let's appreciate him once again. I know Maslow hierarchy of needs is now in demand. If you can hear me say hello, hello. How many of us prefer that we go with Maslow hierarchy of needs? There is a gap. You can see. Dr. Caroline, Dr. Nathan, see. How many of us agree or disagree that we should go with Maslow hierarchy of needs? And remember, if you raise your hands, I will ask you. Yes, how many of us agree? There is a gap. Do you remember it? Maslow hierarchy of needs? It's triangular in shape, right? Dependent on what you are taught. But mostly it's triangular in shape, right? At the topmost, what do we have? Self-actualization. Wow, amazing. At the bottommost? Basic needs. Hello? All right, so without any further ado, allow me just take you through. Now, when we'll be coming out in the afternoon, there'll be a lot of gifts being given to you. But now, you see this code here. You see this code. So when you're going for lunch, make sure you scan it. Okay? Make sure you scan it. It will lead you to the different social media pages for B&K. So those who will be, giving their hashtags, commenting, and maybe posting, you will be given gifts. So we have the media team very ready. Their eyes are on it. So once we come back, we'll be gifting those people who will be there. All right? So as we go for lunch, I'm also reminded to remind you that as we go for lunch, let's go for lunch for 25 minutes. We're good? So that those who want to carry, you can carry the rest, okay? Yes. Okay. They're dealing with it. Any other issue? No, any other issue? All right, so can we go for lunch? Okay. Just a minute. You want to go for lunch? Yes, you can. So because you want to go for lunch, you cannot go for lunch and our guest here goes empty-handed, right? He has done an amazing work, right? Let's appreciate him once again. You can do better than that. I know you people. We've been with you for the longest time. No, if I continue talking, you clap. No. Yes. Thank you. Now let's welcome once again Dr. Spotter on the podium to receive his gift. Let's appreciate him. Thank you so much. As we go for lunch, just my takeaway. I don't know your takeaway, but this is my takeaway. I had to write it down, all right? This is my takeaway. My takeaway to home is, and in 1781, a man by the name Immanuel Kant says that practice without theory is blind, but theory without practice is sterile. All right? Practice without theory. That's for thought. You are coming back, then you give me the answers. Can we get someone to at least put us before the Most High? Then we go. Yes, who wants to pray? It has been blessed. Who wants to pray? No one wants to pray? Okay, let's appreciate this lady as she comes. We can have a photo session with the guests, so you can join us here. Then we have a photo here, so all the guests can join us before the rest leave, so that we have a photo with the host as well. No, you can keep coming. You never know you appearing on this photo can take you somewhere. But you can wait with the host. Yes. Yes, the hosts. Mtaweza kutoshea, eh? Let me help with